Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. Happy end of Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend for
Cyber
all that
Monday.
celebrate. Is it still Cyber Monday?
Yes, it's
Anyways,
Cyber Monday.
welcome. Welcome to the stream. There's not a whole lot of news today, so we got a tier list coming up, which is great
Also,
because that's really fun.
people listen to our channel member Toma in the chat. Please hit the like button to support the stream, as well as subscribe if you already haven't. Also, memberships are available with spiffy perks.
Yes, there is.
I don't know about spiffy, but
Spiffy's a good word. I think Spiffy's, it's not, we don't want to overpromise, but you get shout outs, you get Discord roles, you get special emojis for the chat on live streams, you get early access to videos. What I've been doing lately is once a video is uploaded and cleared copyright check, I just make it available for members. And, sometimes it's 12 hours before. Sometimes, like last week, the channel members got to see Friday's video on Wednesday. So like whenever it's done, you can get to see it. So that's kind of how I'm doing early access at the moment. Is like, I'm not promising like certain time frames, but when a video's done and it's uploaded, it's good to go. Click it and you can start watching it. So that's one of the big benefits of memberships. And early access starts at the $3 tier, but you can join at the $1 tier and get all the cool like emojis and stuff. So really appreciate that if you guys check it out if you can. But don't worry. All regular videos will still be available to everybody eventually, but sometimes you get early access. Maybe I'll get an Indiana Jones video and you get to see it like a couple weeks early because I don't want to post those.
I think Virginia makes a good point. As someone who works during Black Friday, I'm surprised I wasn't murking how many people are on Black Friday. I didn't notice. Me and my dad had a conversation this weekend.
There wasn't a lot of people this year.
Yeah, Black Friday is kind of dwindling down over the years.
I'm not the only one with financial problems this year. Just to say that.
Oh yeah, I mean that.
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of them were like too tight for Black Friday.
Too tight, and the discounts weren't high enough.
The discounts. Oh, I saw a video sound out
I talked about the
where
Target.
a woman,
I talked about the
Target, and she brought, and it's the same exact price.
Yep,
it's not even a sale.
It's just their normal sale prices. Like Target ran a buy two get one on movies, music, and books a week before Black Friday, and then they're like, "Big Black Friday deal, buy two get one on movies, music, and books." I'm like, I just took advantage of that. Like that wasn't anything. It's just that was just a normal sale. It's not gonna make this Black Friday.
I think a lot of it is that the current economic field right now, and COVID soothing, and most of people like to deny it. And I think also a lot of people are just online shopping nowadays. Also,
yep. All my Black Friday deals outside of going to my comic shop was online. I went to my comic shop. I picked up some comics. I also got this Agumon vinyl figure from Ban Presto who was on sale, and he's my buddy. Look at him. He looks like he wants to eat my face, but like he's adorable because he's just I got
a bunch of tech for my game consoles, and I got Street Fighter 6, Crisis Core, Final Fantasy 7 Reunion, and Marvel's Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
It was like $20, and I figured I've been meaning to get this game for a while. Now let me go pick it now.
Yeah, and
by the way, before we continue, who are we?
Who are we? That's a good question. We just kind of kept rolling.
So that's the one stream right now is Ryan Darko Super 3. I'm Fighter Cows, and that's Soundout12.
Oh boy, boy, I don't know what's worse. You being Fighter Cows or Fight Earl Cows?
Fight Earl Cows.
Wait, were you ever not sound out? Faker trying to be me, calling himself Fight Earl Cows?
Yes, I always imagined it was just Faker. You with blue skin, like Faker from Master of the Universe.
And you did the Sonic Adventure 2. I found you, Faker. You're not good enough to be my fake.
As the J4 Jason said, the unusual sound specs. But to clarify, in case this is your first stream you've ever watched on this channel, I'm Soundout12. The peppy one is Ryan, and the other one is Cows.
The unusual sound spec sounds like you're a ghost. That's where the unusual sound spec sounds like a ghost hunting show, like of us hunting ghosts or some kind of true crime detective like thing.
Do something cool. Anyways, let's run down who's in the chat today. Let's give some people some shout outs because
welcome, Mateki T. Welcome, Mateki T, Zelchuk, Jojo Sar, Tomo K. As for Jason, Lord J. Raff, Soul Man, Jeremy Carr, Kyle, Master Ben 95, Dr. Grid, Jamie's World, Astronaut, Kaiju 1954, Deca Striker, Fire Fury, Togo Texas Cosplay, Slow Blow, Peltrix, and XL Ranger.
Thank you everybody for being here. Let's see. Lord JRAF got some really good deals on physical media. Glad to see it. Tokutex Cosplay says, "Dude, Supercon looks like it was amazing. Why do they have to make it Japan only? I wish they would stream it to like the rest of the world. Like I want to say like Digimon Con because Digimon Con is just literally like a merchandise push. But it'd be cool if like they live streamed it around the world." Even if you had to like buy a ticket for it and like watch an Ultraman Connection or something, I think that'd be kind of cool.
I'm surprised they didn't do that, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a talent agency thing. Welcome, Ghost Trains. But okay. It's got to be something because I feel like they have the idea for it.
I want to comment for some YouTube wants to wants Tomo's like message to be held for her saying like the stream and stuff like that. I'm not sure YouTube thinks she's a bot or not, but it's weird.
Yeah, it's probably YouTube. Weird. It's probably YouTube.
Because she's not like cursing. She's not like cursing or anything. So I'm like, yeah. I was like, why is this out for review?
Yeah, it's probably YouTube is weird sometimes. So yeah, we thank you, Ryan, for keeping track of the chat because I got to keep track of like.
Oh, welcome, Kei Nishimaru. Heyo, just writing a show script while chilling here. So don't mind me. I guess slam head into desk.
If you're at the slam head into desk stage of writing, it means it's going well. You know, you're gonna get there eventually.
It's either that or the SpongeBob just writing "duh," and that's it.
Yeah. Oh god, there was a gag like that in Scott Pilgrim with young Neil. Anyways,
I love that.
Side Scott Pilgrim tangent, but I was thinking about it and I was like, why'd they give young Neil such a large part in Scott Pilgrim Takes Off? And then I looked at his IMDb page and I was like, oh, that's why.
I mean, it's also the character got nothing in the comic and movie, so we'll give him something.
They're like, let's give him something, but also Johnny Simmons ain't doing much, so we could just use him as much as we need to.
I mean, without spoiling, because people go watch Scott Pilgrim Takes Off.
If you haven't seen Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, and you haven't watched anything Scott Pilgrim, I recommend at least watching the movie before watching Takes Off.
Mm-hmm. But without spoiling, Sam, what do you think of the Bubblegum Crisis reference?
Let's see. What was the exact words in my... What did I exactly say? Oh, yeah, I started screaming incoherently like it was a Discotek stream reveal. And I was like, how is there a Bubblegum Crisis reference in a Scott Pilgrim anime? So... Hey, Spin Dash. Did we also say welcome to Slowbo?
Yes. Also, Jamie's World, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off did not get fans after season 1. Brian O'Malley just said they just want to do one season. Yep. Because they, everybody complains about, why does it only get one season? Why get cast after season 1? So just for safety. Yeah, just for safety. It's figured, just write one season.
That's always been my thing. Like, people are always like, oh, why did Symbiotic Titan get canceled? And I'm like, why did Gendy Tartakovsky decide to do the long game on a show that wasn't tested and true?
Mm-hmm.
I always get, like, people get mad at me when I say that, but I'm like, look, Symbiotic Titan was good, but it was not a premise that would guarantee you 3 seasons.
I think one of those with certain shows. There's some shows I understand why it got canceled, as much as it pains me. And there's was it Tron Uprising? Then Tron Uprising got really screwed over.
Yeah, it got really screwed over. But Tron Uprising was a franchise piece, right? So it's like, Tron Uprising was a franchise piece. It should have gotten a second season. Symbiotic Titan was a new IP. You should plan for it to be one season. Work your show for one season. Then if you get another season, then start making more long-term plans. So,
speaking of, thoughts on the new Tron movie starring Jared Leto as the main character?
I really want Tron Ares to get canceled again. I don't like this future that we're going into. I also don't like the fact that we're not keeping the director of Tron Legacy, considering, I don't know, he made Top Gun Maverick. Like, why would you not go with the shoe-in? But they're like, instead, no, let's just hire the Maleficent 2 guy. And then they're like, oh, we could use Cillian Murphy. Look at all this Oppenheimer money we could be going on. They set him up to be a villain in the third movie. Let's do Jared Leto. I don't know.
Speaking of, after that, me and my friends saw that news, and like we got disappointed, so we decided to watch Tron Uprising. Why is this show so good?
Tron Uprising is great. It's the best thing Polygon Pictures has ever made.
I would say because that show's like decade old, and that show
It's
still holds
gorgeous.
up like
Yeah,
animation.
it's
That is like
art style.
that show's like kind of like
Mm,
ahead of its time because like that got me very Spider-Verse vibes, even though it came
yeah.
10 years before Spider-Verse.
Yeah, totally. Let's see. Cameron Metter says, "Who's your favorite Tron?" There is only one Tron. It's always Bruce
Well, do you count Beck?
Boxleitner.
Oh, so do you count Beck
I don't
as a
count
separate
Beck
Tron?
because he didn't get his arc complete.
Ugh.
Beck didn't really become the new Tron because we don't know what happened to him.
Did you try out that new Tron visual novel?
I did. I played the entire thing. I really liked it, but
Yeah, cause my
it
friend
was a more
played it.
fun
It was really
visual
good.
novel than Digimon Survive, if I'm being honest. But a favorite Tron project. Sorry, my brain's short circuiting because I love the original ever since I was a kid. The first time I ever saw Tron, I was homesick from school. The 20th anniversary DVD just came out. My mom was like, "Do you want to see this?" And I was like, "Sure," because I was homesick from school and she was taking care of me. And so we watched the original Tron. That was the first time. So I like loved it. Then I loved Tron 2.0 because it was kind of like a sequel to
Oh,
it.
that game. I had that
Th-
game. I just need to play it.
that game's like a weird little underrated non-canon thing. But I loved Tron 2.0. Then Legacy came out, and I absolutely loved the crap out of that because that is like a crazy like thing because it's a Disney franchise pick, but it plays like an art film in the way that it does stuff. Absolutely loved it. Kind of hate how Star Wars stole everything from Tron Legacy. You know, de-aging actors, bringing back a mentor character where he wears white to show that he's now like sage and must to like hold on
I
to me
feel
a
like
lot.
Tron. Take advantage of Tron frustrates me because I feel like I think you would say compared to say
Mm,
another '80s film like Indiana Jones, I feel like Tron has more legs to stand on as a franchise series
it
than indie.
it does. The problem is that what do you do with Tron when you own Star Wars?
Yeah, that's the problem. I honestly just go full cyber, like the cyber
Yeah.
internet theme.
But
You
what they
know,
need
I
to
mean,
do is
I
be
feel like
hiring like top tier talent to work on Tron to like really make it work because I don't think anybody that's working on Tron Ares is gonna help. So okay, now let's get on to our main news topics because I'm
yeah,
sad
I think
about
we're
Tron
back. By the way,
Ares.
I think we're
Yeah.
back now. By the
I
way.
also think the only reason they're making Tron Ares is because they built a roller coaster in Florida. It took them 6 years to build it. So
But what was the story? Was it was it Tomorrowland? Because of Tomorrowland flopped, the original Tron 3 got canned. Was it?
the
That's
original
the
Tron
story.
3
Was
got
it?
canned because Tron Legacy got kind of murdered by Avatar's
I thought it was
re-release.
because I thought it was because of was it that Tomorrowland movie or
The
was it
Tomorrowland movie
like
was part of it, but yeah, it was like Disney was just like we don't want to commit to live action stuff, and then they made a remake of Cinderella, and then they made a remake of Beauty and the Beast, and now they're just out of control.
yeah.
Yep. Tomorrowland was a decent movie. It was just it's high concept sci-fi, which never goes over well with wide audiences. The only reason Dune made any money was because of its cast. So I hope Spin Dash doesn't need to track down the Tron Legacy 2-pack Blu-ray. I hope they get 4Ks. That
That's
might be the
you. That,
one. That might be the one benefit to Ares coming out is we might get because Disney's doing more 4Ks lately. Like Ares coming out might push them to do a 4K of Tron and Legacy because Legacy was one of those like really high budget CG films. So you like it was either exported out into 2K or maybe or the assets do exist for 4K. But either way, I think we could do it. Like the Blu-ray itself already is kind of amazing. I think we can bump it even more. Um, I think that's definitely like what I would like. That would be the I'd say the best thing to come out of
and we
Tron
talk about
Ares.
and we want to talk about like those unique packaging. That's still one of my favorite packaging is the
Mm.
identity disc
Oh yeah,
packaging.
I saw that on my shelf. I look at it almost every day. Um. Anyways, I could ramble about Tron for like another hour or two, so we're just gonna move on before I do that. You guys good with that? You guys ready to move on from like Tron talk? Because I could Tron it up for somebody joined the Discord and said greetings programs, and I think my heart melted. It's great. So SSJ4 Jason said Tron Legacy felt like a more worthy continuation to the original than Hocus Pocus 2. I Hocus Pocus 2 almost felt like a remake. Whereas Tron Legacy was doing what the original Tron did, which was go in with the mentality of, let's do something like no one's ever done it before, and, whether we fail or not, we're doing it.
Like, there's no other film that looks like Legacy, and I think that's especially Uprising really emphasized. Uprising, like, it's so, their shots are beautiful in Uprising. Those, like, background shots.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, God, it looks so good.
The show is gorgeous, and you're like, wait, these are the same guys that did the shitty Godzilla CGI anime films?
In that case, I led through director, like the animation director, or whoever worked on Uprising or something.
Yeah,
like that.
Art direction's a good thing too. Let's see. Jamie's World. Can you watch 4K Blue on a non 4K TV? Totally. Yeah, it'll still look even better. It's just it's a little bit. It's not as big of a jump as if you have a 4K TV, but yeah. Mr. Tanuki says Tron is definitely next in the Disney Movie Club list whenever they're up and running again. Oh yeah, I didn't put it as a news topic, but Disney Movie Club's been dead since they tried to put up the pre-orders for the James Cameron films, for Aliens, for True Lies.
When you mean dead, do you mean the
you can't access the site?
Working?
It's just a maintenance page where they're like, sorry for the inconvenience if you had an order shipped before November 17th. It's on its way.
Is it like YouTube where it has a monkey working on it?
It has Tinkerbell. It says partner Pixie
that's why why it's magic. It's
like, I think Disney Movie Club got flooded. The site broke. It's busted right now. Disney Movie Insiders, you can log in, but you can't redeem any rewards. Marvel Insider isn't working properly either. Something happened behind the scenes with Disney like a week ago.
Oh boy.
And it's everything's a little broken right now. Yeah, Kaiju 1954. Polygon did do Transformers Prime, and I still think Transformers Prime is also gorgeous, like their second best work. They threw a ton of money at Transformers Prime.
That's another conversation though. That's another conversation is Disney in general, because I mean, especially with Wish Out, a lot of people are commenting about how this year was really bad for Disney. Like, that could be his own thing, but like, how much you guys like
all the bad for Disney this year was self-inflicted. At the end of the day, the corporate business decisions behind Disney is what created its own thing.
Like, you get stuff like the Once Upon a Studio thing, which is great, but then I can't comment on Wish because I haven't seen it, but like, I know, like,
I saw Wish.
Yeah, this year just
it was okay.
Like, yeah, that's why I hear them. Like, that's the thing. That's why I hear the most. It's okay, but I think the thing is it's the film that's sort of celebrate the 100 years is the problem.
Without going into deep discussion on Wish, Wish is advertised as the celebration of Disney's legacy, but it is in actuality a reflection of Disney's current status.
Yeah, that's what I hear about, and that's not a good thing, from what I understand.
No. But I didn't mind the movie, but the movie has no layers. It is a very simple film. It's I think probably the most incredibly safe film I've seen in a while.
Yeah, and that's what people say about and such, and
a lot. 90% of the people that are going to watch Wish are going to watch on Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, because I
having seen it in theaters, I was like, God, there was so many kids in the theater that couldn't even sit still for the movie. It was crazy.
And then I think that kind of shows, and again, that where like it with Disney is it's one of the things where it's like, again, as you said, all the faults are their fault, because they were the big prohibitor of the strikes, because they're the ones that I think they're the most stubborn. They help that, and like, I don't know, a lot of the business decisions they've been doing. Like, is there like any? Because even like, I know like Element got like renewed interests at
Elemental like had like this weird thing where like parents didn't want to take their kids to Barbie and Oppenheimer, so they took them to Elemental instead.
But I think even though Elemental did get his money back, I think it's still not a financial hit. Like, it's
it wasn't like a Pixar movie should perform. But that's also Disney's fault for pushing a bunch of Pixar movies to Disney Plus. So, welcome, Commodore 64. Before we go ahead. The only movie that made money for Disney this year was Guardians 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was just Guardians, because everything else,
that was the least safe. That was the least safe movie all year.
Mm-hmm.
What were you gonna say, Cass?
That was the only one I was interested in.
Yeah.
Guardians 3.
No, because the thing is, I like the Marvels. The Marvels played it pretty safe, but like it wasn't as safe as
in my case with the Marvel, I just didn't care. It wasn't even like it wasn't which is the worst thing you could have. You'd rather me be angry to at least watch it
because you'll at least be talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. But the fact that I just didn't care is worse, you know?
For me, it's like the only reason I didn't see the Marvels was that the marketing did nothing for me. I didn't.
Yep. The marketing was horrible. Horrible marketing. Yeah. Actually, that's probably Disney's biggest problem. I thought that Quantumania marketing did not represent the movie. Marvel's, same thing. Elemental played up the element gimmick and not the actual story. Wish played up
story about immigrants.
Yeah, exactly. Like Elemental's an immigrant story, and a Romeo and Juliet romance, and they never even played a single bit of that in the trailer. Wish's trailers showed nothing that was interesting. There was some interesting ideas in Wish. None of them were in the trailers. So, yeah. I see everybody talking about Doctor Who.
Jones.
I have not watched Doctor Who, so therefore I don't have a favorite Doctor. And I haven't seen the new thing, but I'm happy it's doing well.
Yeah.
One of these days I'm going to get stuck into it, though. It's going to happen.
The new special just came out today. I don't say it's beginner friendly because I feel like a lot of
it is the first thing on Disney Plus, so I imagine they tried to make it a little approachable.
I'll say it's one of the things. I'll say this now is the emotional weight would not be. You will be missing a lot of the emotional weight if you didn't see at least the 10th Doctor's run.
Mm-hmm.
I just recommend watching the 10th Doctor's one. Then you can watch the Disney Plus special.
I have this kind of like idea, like maybe I'll go back and just start with like Christopher Eccleston and start watching forward. You know.
No, I think if you're gonna get into Doctor, you want to get to Doctor Who. While I do love the classic Doctor stuff, it's if you want like I
need to start with Heisei Doctor Who before I even think about
Showa. Go back
Doctor
to Showa.
Yeah. I do want to highlight this comment because I think David V 2002 really nailed it on the head here. I think people are more picky with movies now with inflation, not going to waste time for bad movies. Yeah, not going to, why would you go see a movie you're not sure about when the ticket price is $15 to $20?
As we talk about with the Black Friday, just the economic right now is horrible. It's really bad now.
Yeah. Cameron Meter, Spider-Man No Way Home is going to go to Disney Plus sometime next year. That's how it goes. Spin Dash, don't tempt me with Blu-rays for Doctor Who. I need to watch it first. I need to stop buying things sight unseen.
Max has the series 1 to I think 12. I forget.
Yeah, because I was checking Max. They have all the way up through I think the end of Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, and Tubi has like all of classic Who for free.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. We'll see what happens. My mom used to watch Doctor Who. She's tempted to get back into it. I told her about the special. She's like, I might just jump in.
I think you'll like Doctor. I think
I'd like it. I'm worried about jumping into another big franchise. That's kind of
you already like Star Trek. You already like Star Wars. So like you got like the third sci-fi big.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I have no doubt I'll like it. It's just a matter of when do I want to like.
You already had that One Piece out behind you.
Let's not forget, I'm not done reading this yet. I just finished Skypia, so. Anyways, 8th Doctor is basically Shin. Okay. Decker Striker, I haven't played RoboCop Rogue City, but I'm planning to eventually. We're going to move on to the news, though, because we could tangent about Doctor Who for a while.
26 minutes of chat time.
All right, we can turn intro time off. It's news time. First things first, I posted videos last week. I saw some comments saying that people really liked the current state of Tokusatsu home video. Thank you very much. Someone was like, wait, you didn't mention any kaiju, and then I realized, oh crap. Because I was trying to get this out so I could enjoy my Thanksgiving holiday, which I did. That was fun. Also, Kuwagata Oger. Weirdly enough, I'm currently planning like another figure art review this Wednesday, and then one next Wednesday, so just have fun with figure art reviews, guys.
Figure Art Wednesday.
Figure Art Wednesday for a couple weeks. Because Figure Arts Indie's going to be this week, so please watch it. Please, oh my god, please watch it.
You already know the fate of that one.
It's either going to do it could do good because not many people reviewed Figure Arts Indie. So, I will also say that next week's will be Toku based Figure Art again. So,
It is kind of funny. You did the Kurosei Tokusatsu DVD home media, and while Crunchy had like the Garo seat volume box.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch
too.
of Black Friday deals. The Garo sets, the some of the Sentai were on sale, some of the Ultraman, the Common, like there was stuff on sale. Like
it was like
I put that on Black Friday for a reason.
But so it's like because I think that does kind of suck that like I think the very first volume of the Garo sets are out of print, so people have series 1, 2 onwards, so there's a big gap.
Yeah, I don't know why the first volume was so gone. In other news, we have the Lightning Collection Lottery, which was Lightspeed Rescue Blue. Two Lightning Collection lotteries are left. And then we did the Dragon Ball Super Superhero 4K green tint fiasco. It doesn't have a green tint on mine. One person commented and said it had a green tint on theirs. I don't know if that's a TV setting thing or something. But so far from what I've been hearing, everyone that's got the 4K is like, I don't see a green tint. Some have said that it has a slight green tint, and that is very likely. In some shots, there's a little bit more of a tint.
Do you rewatch the whole movie, or do you skim through the movie?
I skimmed through it, and then I haven't had a chance to sit down and rewatch it. But I went and looked up all the green tint screenshots I could find, and then just went and found those scenes in the movie.
Wait, question, with the 4K set.
Yeah.
It has a Blu-ray, right?
It has a Blu-ray, and that Blu-ray doesn't have the green tint either.
Okay, so I was wondering, did they just repackage the?
Yeah, no, it seemed like they color corrected it or fixed it because I did some research. Toei's 4K had a green tint in Japan, and then they offered replacement discs. So this is based on the replacement disc.
Do you know, or at least anyone in the chat, does the Crunchyroll streaming version have the green tint, or no?
Yeah, if somebody knows. If not, we probably need to do more research on it. That's why it was a short, not a full video, because I didn't do the whole research. I looked into it. I was like, what are the shots that people are noticing the green tint the most on? And it was a lot of shots of Piccolo where like the background was green too. And that's why I pulled a couple shots and I'm like, yeah, it looks good to me. And I did make sure my camera's white balance wasn't auto correcting for it.
I mean, I think Piccolo's a good test because if you notice he's more greener, that should be right.
Yep. But yeah, they actually did replacements in Japan for the 4K. People talked about
Kyle says, so they're saying there's a chance Broly could be 6 if they do a 4K.
Possibly. I mean, there's a chance.
It'd be funny if they redid Broly. Not if we're just getting rid of green tint, but redub it with Johnny as Broly.
That'd be really funny. I actually would like that.
I thought about that. I wonder if they would.
Like a 4K because they haven't done a 4K of it, so yeah.
I mean, likely no, but it'd be
Yeah. Kei Nishimaru, the tricky part with the European distribution Sutoku is that it's such a niche that I don't think any UK or European company wants to pick it up, and that's part of the problem.
We talk about this on Tuesdays, don't we, Sound Out?
Yeah.
About European releases.
I know the UK already has a struggle with selling anime, from what I understand, so I imagine Tokusatsu is even a harder sell.
Yep. Also, Cameron, I'm waiting on IDW Shredder to get here before I do the IDW TMNT, but it's coming. That video's coming.
Which version are you getting? That in Hell or basic?
I'm getting the basic one because I don't like the way the one that comes with the comic looks like. I don't like it. All right. Tokudex cosplay. The plan, just so we're going to go over some entertainment news. This will go pretty quick. We'll go over some toys, probably quick. Then we'll do Tsuburaya Con. So hopefully we get there. But let's get to it, guys. Let me just get all this queued up so we can just go, popping through. Let's just pop through the entertainment news and see what happens. Okay. So first things first, Guillermo del Toro, probably one of my favorite directors ever, is also physical media is almost a Fahrenheit 451 where people memorized entire books and thus became the book they loved level of responsibility. If you own a great 4K, HD, Blu-ray, DVD, etc. of a film or films you love, you are the custodian of those films for generations to come. Perfect example of that was Tron. My mom bought the DVD and then showed me the DVD when I was sick from school. There's a lot of movies I got introduced to because we happened to own them on a disc.
I think there's a lot of people. How a lot of people got into say 80s, 90s movies. I thought a lot of people got into those as
I watched Bill and Ted for the first time. So yeah, Couch, you got any stories of like?
Oh yeah. Literally, Baki the Grappler. The first 2 seasons, they're not anywhere, and the DVDs are out of print, and I've seen them go for $400. I still have that DVD box set, and I'm like, I am keeping it. Yeah.
Hold tight on that. I see they pick up.
That's what, and it sucks because the new Baki anime is on Netflix, and people who are jumping in through that don't know the backstory. If you've never seen the out of print,
this really needs help. I need to pick up the Pinocchio home media release soon.
I need to get the Pinocchio 4K, even though I don't plan on actually watching that movie again because it makes me sad.
You don't want to cry again? Honestly, it probably look better. It probably look gorgeous in 4K because
I think it's gonna look better than it does on Netflix.
So. Because doesn't Netflix? Netflix has a limit of how even you like pay the stupid high tier ones, it still won't look as good. So I imagine
streaming always compresses, no matter how good the streaming service is.
So I imagine that film will look absolutely jaw dropping in like 4K.
I think it's out in December, and I have too many December Blu-rays because Columbo's coming out and Clue. And,
when will be your next quarter? When will be your next quarter Blu-ray haul video?
Into December.
Okay.
Hey, will Clue have all the endings?
It's got 3 of them. We don't know if they have the lost 4th one though. So, Mr. Tanuki, yes, Hellboy 1 and 2 did get a 4K. They're not packaged together because Sony owns the first one and Universal owns the second. But they did both get a 4K. The Hellboy animated movies also got 4K, which was nice. It's like the one franchise where everything got 4K'd.
That's actually nice to see because unless you're Disney, sometimes animation 2D animation barely gets any 4K.
Yeah. Kyle says unrelated shout out to Scott Pilgrim for the Columbo reference. The Columbo reference made me clap. I was more excited about the Columbo reference than the Sonic the Hedgehog one, so you know how this goes. All right. Speaking of physical media, Kino Lorber Studios' classic line has inked a new deal with Paramount, so they have gotten the rights to a bunch of Paramount movies that have not had Blu-rays or have not had good ones, and they will be releasing the following. Here's a breakdown by decade. 1 movie from the 1920s, 17 movies from the 1940s, with 1 of them being 4K, 41 movies from the 1950s, with 2 of them being 4K, 8 movies from the 1960s, with 2 being 4K, 11 movies from the 1970s, 3 being 4K, 10 movies from the 80s, with 3 being 4K, 16 movies from the 90s, with 14 being 4K, and 9 movies from the 2000s, with 9 being on 4K. So, holy cow, expect a lot of like the lesser-known Paramount movies to probably get some really nice releases from Kino Lorber.
I was surprised how much 50s movies are getting released.
Yeah, 41 movies from the 50s. I hope, I have my fingers kind of crossed. Maybe Galaxy Quest is in here as one of the ones that's getting a 4K.
I hope so.
Can we restore Sigourney Weaver's F-bomb for posterity?
Yes.
It's not needed for the movie.
I have one job on this ship. It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. But yeah, that's a crap ton of titles. I am liking this new trend of, hey, here's an independent label that knows what they're doing. Hey, here's a big studio, and big studio goes, here's our movies. You do it. Because it's worked for the best.
Mark Tony should do that, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Sky Captain, that's a great one. Because Paramount won't do that themselves. So, welcome,
especially I remember especially there's always a quality difference because, like, for example, like I know compared to say like Shout Factory's Nickelodeon cartoon releases versus Paramount's, the Shout Factory one is usually better.
How about the Shout Factory Mad Max has both dubs, but the MGM Mad Max only has 1. And then Warner Brothers re-releases the MGM, not the Shout Factory. Because for those that aren't aware, the original Mad Max film was dubbed into English. You're probably like, wasn't it always in English? Yes, it was shot in Australia. And the studio thought, no one can understand Australian, so we're going to dub it into English. Really weird stuff.
Well, already speak English. No, you're not.
Yeah, it's so weird. But the original Australian's only on like the Shout release. So, Mad Max was Kino? I thought it was Shout. I'm gonna look this up real quick. Also, Infinite says, love to see a 4K Blu-ray of The Rocketeer. Yeah, Disney could really do good with Rocketeer. Now, here's the question. Okay, wait, I see what happened here. There's multiple Mad Max releases. Kino did the 4K, Shout did the Blu-ray, and then WB also did a Blu-ray and a 4K. Yeah, Shout Factory did a Blu-ray in 2015, which had both versions, and then Kino did a 4K in 2020. So, welcome to Mad Max. Yeah. Anyways, so that's how that goes, guys. Sometimes, yeah, and then I think like all of those were in print at one time. So, yeah, the whole nobody can understand Australians thing was really dumb, but they didn't do that for any of the other movies. I have a ton of Kino logo releases. They're amazing.
Unless the original audio they throw out a bunch of Australian slang, I doubt it's gonna be that hard.
Yeah.
I understand.
David says OG iCarly on Blu-ray. Probably not from Kino since it's all movies.
Nickelodeon for some reason, like they'll put a lot of their cartoons on the home media, but their live action shows, weirdly enough, don't.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm not sure there's rights or what with those, but it's weird.
Mm-hmm. All right. In the world of streaming, Gundam Reconquista in G, all 5 movies, the entirety of Turn A Gundam in Japanese and English subtitles, and the English dub for Gundam Witch from Mercury were all uploaded to the Gundam YouTube page 5 days ago.
Gundam Info. Thanks, Gundam, for filling my sub feed.
Yes.
Or I can barely find any other people's stuff because it's nothing but Gundam stuff.
Yep. Okay, yeah, they are putting out Monk and Columbo, so Kino is putting out shows, but the deal with Paramount is specifically movies. That's what I was referring to.
Did they say how long those shows are going to be up, though, on Gundam Info?
They haven't, but I hope they're up for a while, because Turn A is 50 episodes. I finally watched the last 2 G-Reco movies. Boy, the G-Reco movies are actually good compared to the show.
Yeah, no, they're way better than the show.
I'm still mad that they took off
the redesign of the actual suit too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still mad that they took down the dubs for both Build Dives series because they're on Crunchyroll. Thanks. It's like I was thinking, I want to rewatch the Build Re-Rise, and the dub.
I haven't seen Re-Rise.
It's like, oh, it's on Crunchyroll. No, just sub only. It's like, thanks, Sunrise or Bandai.
Yeah. Bandai Namco's a mess lately. But anyways, Turn A Gundam, fantastic show if you've never seen it. The G-Reco movies are really good too. I just watched 4 and 5 over the weekend.
Stay away from the show. Just watch movies.
Yeah, don't even watch the show. Tell me no.
I mean, is that the whole idea? Yeah, isn't that the idea? The movies are pretty much Tamino's like going like sorry.
Yeah,
like that.
It's sorry. Here's the better version. Like I was watching movie 5, and I was watching movie 5 for G-Reco, and I was like, wait a second, I don't remember any. I looked it up, like they completely reworked the ending so it would make sense.
It's so weird. It's so weird if you call them compilation movies. Like I think they're just remake movies at this point.
They are. They reuse some of the animation, but they even they redraw scenes. Like Jerry mentioned, the G Self has got a different design. So like every G Self scene is technically new.
Mm-hmm. Did they make a kit of that new G Self?
They haven't. But I'm kind of hoping they'll do a master grade because they got a Metal Robot Spirits of the G-Self Perfect Pack coming out, and I'm like, please do an MG, call it a version Ka or whatever, but like do the movie version.
That'd be funny if Kotoki was like, "Why is this called? I didn't even work on this. Look, we're gonna use
like I didn't work on this." They're like,
Tokusatsu cosplay. How many Tokusatsu references are in Scott program? There's a King Ghidorah in one shot.
There's a good handful.
There's a character that I saw. I didn't watch it fully, but I saw a screenshot. Dude was dressed like Kiryu.
Yes.
Are you talking about Gideon?
Gideon, yeah.
Yep.
I was like, what?
Scott Pilgrim anime is so good, guys. Welcome, Hellfire. So anyways, Gundam streaming those. Hit them up, if you want to watch them. The G-Reco movies, if you haven't seen Gundam Reconquista in G, or even if you have seen the TV show, the movies are... I kind of want to like put the Blu-ray for the TV show away now because of how much better the movies are. It's crazy. Yeah, they're not compilation movies; they're remakes, as far as I'm telling. All right. Speaking of home media, Transformers: Earthspark Season 1 Part 2 has now appeared for a listing on Amazon, US for a February 13th release, that containing episodes 11 through 26, so the remaining of season 1. Currently, the price is $13.99, so
I really wish
pick it
they
up.
did Blu-ray. I really wish they did Blu-ray.
I hope they did a Blu-ray too, but I'm kind of wondering if maybe now that they'd finished season 1, they're going to go back and I'm going to have to double dip to get a Blu-ray.
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick up season 1. That's the hope of release of a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So
I picked it up. I supported it. Hellfire's pretty excited because he's been waiting for this to be announced.
Earthspark's good, damn it.
Earthspark's good, and Transformers finally got a home release. All right. Warner Archive.
It took the Paramount to do it.
Yeah. Let's see. David says, think Netflix put Scott Pilgrim on disc like they did for Stranger Things? Yeah, I actually think it could because Netflix doesn't own it full stock. Universal owns part of it. So
yeah,
I
so I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Sandman got a 4K Blu-ray because Warner Brothers owns it. Wednesday is been reported to be getting a Blu-ray, and that's owned by co-owned by MGM. So and then Netflix has been doing Stranger Things. I think Scott Pilgrim has a high chance because they spent so much money on it at coming out. And hey, the Castlevania animes, the original Castlevania anime, that's gotten a full Blu-ray release from Viz. And that wasn't even co-owned by Viz. That just happened because they spent a bunch of money on it and they were like, let's get some money back. So I think Scott Pilgrim has a high chance of coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Warner Archives January releases includes The Prince and the Pauper, which is an Errol Flynn film. We've got Faithless, which I don't actually know that movie. Cabin in the Sky, Marx Brothers movie called A Day at the Races, Joe's Apartment, and Rover Dangerfield. It's really funny how Rover Dangerfield's like the outlier here.
I haven't heard that name in years.
I remember that movie. Rodney Dangerfield is a dog.
Yep. So those are all coming out, January 14th, I think, or something like that? Yeah, they're coming out in January. A bunch of them come with classic Warner Brothers cartoons because they just need something to fill the discs.
Yeah, it's one of those like...
That's actually cool.
Yeah.
It is it's like, we have space in the disc, throw one in.
I forgot what movie I got recently from Warner Archive, and it basically just contained the animated short and the newsreel, like everything that would have played before the movie back in the 40s. Like, I was like, that's a cool bonus. You should do that for all your movies. We don't have any bonus features. Let's just load it up with what else was on the reel.
You know what? It reminds me of you know how people on YouTube upload the on VHSs. Like,
TV shows with the commercials.
Or what's on what the previews before the main presentation on DVD or VHS.
Yeah,
reminds you of that.
Yeah, kind of like that. Mr. Tanuki says Rover Dangerfield on VHS was the dustiest tape of my Blockbuster. Yeah. All right, Kino Lorber has announced that Shane is coming out on 4K Blu-ray next year. Is that a Paramount film? I can't remember. But that's coming. Shane is a very famous Western. If you know of it in the modern era, it's probably because you watched Logan. All right. Also, Shout Factory is going to be releasing in February Tenacious D in the Pick of Destiny on Blu-ray.
Oh, nice.
Which is cool because all hail Jack Black. Love Jack Black. Arrow Video's February releases. We have Fear is the Key from 1972, The Shaolin Plot from 1977, and Invasion of the Body Snatchers from 1978. So
nice. Nice to see that classical horror movie out.
Yeah, I watched Invasion of the Body Snatchers on TCM. So yeah, Cameron says I'm expecting more Warner Brothers Blu-rays. It's not a lot yet. Warner Archives is down to single disc movie releases at this point. Not like here's a whole animated show that we couldn't release at retail. It just they're downsizing and stuff. Speaking of Warner Brothers and boring things, the trailer came out for Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 of 3. I personally think it looks boring as crap, and I'm not really excited for it. So yeah. Infinite says, you know, it needs a 4K Blu-ray release, Buzz Lightyear, Star Command, the complete series, extras, etc. Yeah, if only Pixar didn't hate that show and prevent it from ever being released.
I know, right? But yeah, Crisis, it just, man, like,
thank you, Spin Dash. Body Snatchers is a UK exclusive for Arrow, but Shout has done it in the US.
Okay.
Anyways.
I want to be excited for Crisis, but it's the most boring. It's like, you know, it's not like Ultra DC cartoon, like the Marvel team up with the Camu and the DC. No, it's just Superman, but older, and Justice drives Justice not Justice Lords. Crime Syndicate, right?
Which I feel like we've done Crime Syndicate too many times.
Yeah, it's like I need to push with the Crime Syndicate with this one. It's like you already did Crisis of 2 Earths decades ago.
Yep. Blue Baron. I don't know if they released Lunatics Unleashed, but I did remember they put out a Duck Dodgers Blu-ray seemingly out of nowhere, just randomly.
They did?
Yeah, Duck Dodgers complete Blu-ray set just came out like.
Because I don't think even like
24th and a half century.
Yeah,
24th century.
Just out of nowhere, they're just like, here it is, and it was like a retail release too, not even a Warner Archive.
Oh, really? Because I don't think even Baby like something like even like other shows.
Yeah, Jensen Ackles is Batman for this. It's all the Tomorrowverse cast.
Yeah, it's. I don't even think Baby Looney Tunes and such got released. Or did the Looney Tunes show get Blu-ray release or no?
Nope. I don't think I got a DVD.
Nope. Man, that is. Man, so that's even weirder for Duck Dodgers. I love Duck Dodgers.
Duck Dodgers came out in March. Sorry, guys. I thought it was much later in the year. There it is. It came out in March. You can get it for $25 on Amazon.
Wow.
It's a 3-disc set. Contains the entire show.
I was thinking. I was wondering where all the high quality footage of the show came from. I don't know where recently.
There you go. That explains it. Commodore 64, almost zero chance Dragon Knight comes out over here. Toei's pretty much locked that in a vault. LPH, can someone make an Infinite Crisis movie? The problem with Infinite Crisis is that it's a sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths, and every time someone does Crisis on Infinite Earths, their universe ends. And they never do anything further.
Was there a Japanese home media release for Dragon Knight?
Yes, there was. It was a DVD set. That's why we have good quality footage.
Just a DVD.
Last thing. They showed cover art for Crisis Part 1, but it's the Steelbook, so we don't have any idea of what the spine looks like. You don't see the spine?
He can't see that spot, your dreaded spine.
Someone left me a comment and said, are you going to update the spine video when Crisis on Infinite Earths is done coming out? And I was like, yeah, because it's probably going to be the end of this universe. So, yeah. Anyways. Funny story about Duck Dodgers. The one episode that was available on high quality was like the Green Lantern one because they kept putting it on Green Lantern stuff.
Green Lantern.
Yeah, they kept putting it on Green Lantern Blu-rays and things. Okay, so here's the thing. This next part I don't have any visuals for besides one image. Garo the Inheritor of Steel is coming out in January. We got our first trailer. It basically shows that like Dogai Ryuga's back as Garo, and he has a new cast of characters to interact with and stuff. And we didn't get a date. We didn't get a confirmation of a number of episodes, but we did get confirmation one of the new characters will be a titleless knight, something we have seen in Garo before, but only as CGI and only in like army settings. But because the titleless knight is one of the main characters, we now officially have a titleless knight in a physical suit costume. And the trailer, surprisingly, had very little CG costumes and had like...
Oh, yeah, no, that made me so excited. It's like, yes, physical suit!
Physical suit for Garo, physical suit for the titleless knight. The VFX work looked amazing. I'm so excited.
The titleless knight, it's titleless knight. I thought the main was steel, or is that the character's main?
Hagane is the material that makes the Makai Knight armor. And so the Inheritor of Steel is a translation of... was it Hagane no something or other? So Hagane is literally steel, but it's like how Makai is literally dark. Hagane is like the material that is made the armors out of. So that's why the story is going to be revolved around this titleless knight meeting Ryuga, and then they end up fighting together. And
I always like the idea of these like titleless. That's a cool lore. I like the idea that like when you become unless you're already inherited from a family, when you become a Makai Knight, you don't have a title. You just get a kind of base state.
Yep.
Armor, and so you inherit it. That's a really cool lore thing for me. I
like it a lot. That. Yeah, like you don't like when you become a knight, you don't instantly get a title. Right, you have to work your way up because there's bronze and silver titleless knights.
It reminds me of it's either like it reminds me a lot here of like Ryuki. I really wish Ryuki had the like. I always like to think all the Ryuki writers have start off as blanks, then they get a contract piece. But it reminds me of like kind of gives you Transformers like how animated like Prime was a title you had to earn.
Yeah,
and such like that.
For everyone saying, cool. So for Infinite asks why is Gardner a crossover Sentai or a Kamen Rider? The biggest thing outside the tone clashing is that those that make Garo and TFC want to keep Garo independent. They don't want to be bogged down by Toei. If they do a crossover, they're forever tied to Toei with that crossover. You know,
yeah,
they want to keep it separate. Yeah,
I don't Garo. I don't want any crossovers because that if you have unless it's like Universal, like blank Garo Knight.
I want Garo to stay independent because it keeps because I've watched every Garo series, some of them multiple times. Even with the weaker shows, they are trying new and different things. They are not following formulas. They're doing their own independent, work. And I want to keep it that way as long as possible because there's not much independent toku outside of Toei and Toho.
My problem with Toei, essentially watching Blazar with Takuchi filming. This comes with that whole why does Ultraman look better than Sentai Rider? It's direction, and that's why I love Garo and Ultraman so much. Is the direct it's not. I'm so tired of how Toei directs their shows. It's so
there's a shot not to go oh look Garo is so much better, but literally. Garo in the trailer for the show, there was a shot of it's like a castle on a hill, and I'm like, I can tell this is a whole digital shot, but if it's going by as quick enough, I couldn't tell that was VFX. It's everything King Oger was trying to do, and
the whole
actually was done better.
There's an episode of Maka no Hana where it's just a big tribute for horror movies and emulating the style. They emulated the style of Scream. Silence of the Lambs, 28 Days Late. You'll never get something like that.
Yeah, you never see that in Toei stuff anymore.
And stuff like how in Blazar there was that great episode of Blazar where it's like a continuous one shot. It never cuts. It was a thing with you'll never I love that.
Well, okay, you can't say you'll never see a continuous one shot in a Toei show because they did it in Kira Major 3 times.
Yeah, I know. It was more cooler for me in Ultraman. It was more cooler for me in Ultraman.
I mean, the thing is, they at least did it a few times, but that was the thing. Kira Major had directors that left Toei to work on Ultraman.
Yeah, I think
the guy that did the single long take in Kira Major went and did that Blazar episode.
Yeah, so that's the thing is, that's why I can't get into Toei shows anymore. Yeah. It's so supermarket brand stuff for me now. It's so stale.
They need creative breaks so badly over there. But Kyle says, but King Oger's still a good series. Yeah, it's only saved by its writing though. Because
I think that's why
visually it's not a strong show.
I think that's why Kamen Rider Black Sun hold my attention so much because not even just has a good story, fantastic story, but the direction of Black Sun was fantastic. I think that's why that fully grabbed me versus any other Kamen Rider show.
Yep. And that's the same thing Shin Kamen Rider as well. It's like it's not the Toei formula. It's something different. Okay, so on that note, let's talk about Kamen Rider toys. Wow, that was my lineup of topics. We're like, oh, let's talk about how much we like Garo and Ultraman. Let's go talk about Kamen Rider toys. Yeah. I don't mean to transition these things this way. It's just how it is. Welcome, Kamen Jojo. All right, so first things first. Wasting no time at all. SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Legend is coming. He's on his way. You can't stop him. He's going to come for you, and it'll just like everybody. There is no stopping Legend.
I was just asking you last week about him. Remember Soundout? And I'm glad he's here. I like him a lot.
I haven't watched the special. I always seen clips on Twitter, but man, the guy, the human, I would say human host, but more of like, when I first saw Legend suit, I was thinking like a very absolute Tartarus. Yeah. No, he looks like a baby face.
Oh yeah, it's so funny because it works with the story at least. But anyways, he's coming to Figuarts, and no, he does have a normal crotch. Someone made an edit to make it more accurate to how it looked when they debuted. And that's as much as that's going to be on screen.
Is he P Bandai or retail?
We don't know yet, but it sounds like retail.
Really? If his belt are retail?
His belt and stuff are retail, so I think he's going to be retail. I think because Valvarad should have been our second retail Gotchard figure. I think it's actually Legend.
They're really pushing the Legend stuff, which I mean makes sense.
It's
Legend gimmick.
He's gorgeous. All right, the Shinkocho Seiho Set 3 for Gotchard is coming out for 4,400 yen in December. It contains Rex X. Was it Rex X? What was this? Kimmy X Rex and UFO X.
Which one was it? Was
yeah.
it these or the movie form that people compared to Magnamon?
The movie form. The movie form was more Magnamon. These are like the new X forms with that buckle that turns into a sword.
To be honest, I think I like these designs better than the base suit.
I kind of dig them. They're fun.
They remind me of. Oh, Kals, what's your character? What's the character your icon Discord again?
Oh, the one I have right now. That's Fighter Roar.
Yeah, that reminds me of him.
Super Robot
Wars. Yeah, no, it's the color scheme and everything reminds me of that character.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Fighter Roar. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's why I like it more because Gotchard's base.
And if you guys don't get it, Fighter Roar, Fighter Kals.
Like Gotchard's base suit does not do nothing for me. Plus that shiny chrome ruins everything. So I like these much more.
Yeah, these look cool.
Now I'm glad you brought up Magnamon. I saw people do Pixiv fan art of like a Kamen Rider Magnamon. I'm like, what's that all about? Like, oh, no, now I know.
Yeah, people are comparing the movie form to Magnamon. All right, and then for your annual 100 LED belt, we've done this 3 years in a row. It is what is this thing called? The Dread Driver for 11,990 yen, releasing in March from Premium Bandai.
What was Geetz's? Oh wait, no, the Vision Driver. Okay.
Yeah, Geetz had the Vision Driver. Demons had the Demons Driver. We're doing this again.
Okay, so this is a completely new belt because right? Because I thought since they're using the same technology as Demons, I thought I missed. I think I was like half asleep when I saw this when I woke up. But I thought they were doing like some kind of. I thought Revice was getting another like reunion thingy because I thought this was another.
Yeah, it looks very similar to the Demons Driver in a lot of ways.
But no, it's new. Okay.
It is new. The sound effects. Hellfire had to get creative describing the sound effects. I think my interpretation of the sound effects is they let the Amazon sound designer back into the building because it kind of sounds disgusting. There's a lot of.
Is it like X's dog monster?
No, it's like gross gear grinding. Oh, that's right. Hellfire said it sounded like when Sigurd got crushed in that mountain in Kamen Rider Gaim. Like that's what it sounds like when you open it. It's kind of
good.
The whole thing. I think the whole thing is that it like crushes Kimmy cards, but it doesn't actually damage your cards. It like does LED projections.
Unlike the gun. Unlike the gun.
Yeah, unlike the gun. The guns where you use your duplicates. It comes with 6 cards, I think. So.
I haven't watched any more Gacha, but this guy kind of gives me that kind of organic writer look, which I kind of like. Oh, his design reminds me. A lot of people are doing that comparison, but he reminds me of what was that? Apsu Hero Zero or Apsu Hunter Zero?
Yeah.
It's that like black. It's that black armor looking Kamen Rider with a white scarf anime with big. I'm blanking on the actual name of the series, but I do like his design.
No, Kyle says it drains the powers of the Kimmies. Yeah, I haven't seen the newest episode yet, but so it drains the power. That's why they're all grayed out.
I will later today, probably.
Yeah.
So he definitely does not look like part of this. I mean, that's the whole point to look like the same from the Steam series. But honestly, like, I like. He's like one of the.
He looks cool.
His design.
Yeah.
He does look like a Digimon, though. I'll say that.
Oh, totally. More Cardo Slash drivers, definitely. All right. Let's go from Kamen Rider to Western properties because there's a little bit there. Guys, when I said it was a slow news week, I'm not kidding. This form is called Phase Zero. Oh god, there is going to be more. All right, the Pacific Rim Kurokara Curry Gypsy Danger is now up for pre-order. It's $370, but you get an 8-inch tall Gypsy Danger made of die-cast metal, light-up LEDs, and a crap ton of accessories.
The way you say Kuro, was it Kuro?
Kurokara Curry?
Yeah, the way you said it sounds like you're singing the Yokai Watch. Get a pole, get a pole.
Yeah, no, totally. Oh my god, Yokai Watch has got like a piece of my brain cells. Anyways, this is kind of not exactly like Gypsy Danger from the film. It's totally redesigned.
It's like how Flame Toys who redesigned the Transformers. I actually like this look. It's like if Gypsy Danger was animated like a super robot series. Yep. I actually like that.
And so, of course, you got the cannon and the chain sword. And the two chain swords.
Full figure, right? This is one of their full figures.
This is a full figure. Right? It's not a model kit. But then it also comes with Cherno Alpha's hand. So you could just slap that on them. You get Crimson Kaifun's buzzsaw arm. You get Striker Eureka's missile pack. So you actually get... It's essentially also a combiner. And so you get like this other form where you can just like make it like it took all the scraps of the other Jaegers and just pulled itself together.
I get more Ultraman Victory Kaiju wings. This figure is like a I say what if anime, but that's Pacific Rim the Black. Mm-hmm. But like a Ultra version of Pacific Rim where it's more super robot, and instead of like different Jaegers, it's like the one Jaeger that can like mode change with different limbs, like Mega Busters or something like that.
It totally can. It looks really cool. But it's way out of my price range. It wasn't for the price.
Yeah, it wasn't for the price. I actually would get this.
If they did this as a model kit, I'm in.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk Todd. Wonder Woman went up for pre-order. She is now collector edition number 10. Here she is, guys.
Is she just a single pack, or is she part of Wave?
Single pack. She's just on her own, but she comes out at the same time as collector edition Wave 3.
Okay, so hopefully she won't be hard to get, because I do really want this.
Yeah, people are jumping on her. I put down a pre-order because I saw how people were jumping on it. But
yeah, I might do that.
It is officially based kind of like on the mid-2000s Wonder Woman run art. So she's got
it's your
a soft lasso, a shield, a sword, 4 hands, and an axe. Like, she's worth the 30.
Yeah, compared to some other collector edition figures. Yeah, it's your kind of classic.
There's also a Chase variant in Superpowers colors, which I think doesn't work, but
yeah, it doesn't work because the chest armor is obvious armor and not fabric, so it doesn't look as right. I'm surprised they went with. I mean, I like they went with classic 1D. I'm sorry it's not Rebirth 1D. You think Warner Bros. Or DC want to push that design more, but still, it's nice. Again, classic 1D. This finally glad it took 5 years, but glad we have one.
Jeremy Carr, I did not know McFarlane was making South Park figures.
Oh no, they made those years ago.
Yeah. If it says recent McFarlane Superman's been looking like human Shrek leggy, that's the part I could not figure out what it looked like. I've been seeing it. That's exactly what it is. Human Shrek. God, so
which Superman?
A lot of the recent ones, they've just been having these really big jowly faces, and I'm like, what does that remind me of? Human Shrek.
The only one that I think the Pacific, I think it's the Ultra. Sorry, no, Superman Earth 3 2-pack. I think.
Yeah, that one, and then like even the collector edition ones really bulked up for some reason.
Yeah, I do love when mold Superman. They use the Dark Knight Returns mold.
Yeah,
because how Jack mold Superman can look in comics. I do love that.
Red Tornado's is up next. He's a Target exclusive. He reuses Cyclone's little like wind base, which I think works perfectly.
Oh really? I didn't know. Oh, I didn't know. I know.
Yeah, Cyclone from the Black Adam movie. She had the same base. Smart reuse.
He looks great.
Yeah,
he looks great. I can't wait to get him.
He looks really good. And then we've got who's next?
Animal Man.
Hold on, Animal Man, who comes with a Wolverine.
I love that. I love we're getting more dogs in the recent figures.
I love the pets. He also comes with the claw hand. Yes, he doesn't have a jacket. Yes, the card art has the jacket. The non-jacket's not non-accurate either, but welcome to McFarlane. They've been doing this for years.
Yeah.
Also Target exclusive. And then the last one, which was the last one? Where is it? Oh yeah, Jokerized Batgirl. Who cares? I don't know. Anyone care about these?
I don't like the Jokerized figures at all.
This one just feels sick. I don't like this one. I don't like Barbara being Jokerized, considering what he did to her.
Happened. Yeah.
So. Cameron says, I'm surprised Red Tornado and Animal Man haven't been in a live-action movie. Give James Gunn a year. He'll do it. Red Tornado was in Supergirl, though. It's not a good Red Tornado, but he at least was in Supergirl. Missed opportunity to name the Wolverine Logan. I think legally they can't. Here's Steel.
Steel figure. He looks so good.
He looks great. I mean, he doesn't look like the best Steel figure ever made because, the Mafex just came out this year, but he still looks really good.
That's $100, so.
Yeah, exactly. It's not comparing apples to oranges, but hey, we don't get enough Steel figures. He looks really good.
I sadly had to drop his current run because of money, but I do really like the current run.
It's also a mini series, so
I'll just wait for the trade. I'll never wait for the trade.
Tokyo Texas Cosplay probably just left for work. I saw his comment, and I'm like, oh no, but it's Subucon news.
Super Ray Ray.
Do we delay Super Ray Ray news and just go start tier listing, and then he comes back, we do Super Ray Ray news?
He can catch the replay.
Yeah, I have to catch the replay. All right. Apologies to Tokyo Texas Cosplay when you're watching this later. We had to move on. Structure-wise, it makes sense to get through the news before we do the tier list. All right. So, Ultraman Blazar the movie, Tokyo Kaiju Showdown, was the first announcement of Super Ray Ray Con. This will be released February 23rd. From what I understand, this is not the typical 2-week release for a Tsuburaya Imagination movie, but an actual full theater run.
Yeah, it's an actual movie, not like practically a extended episode.
Yeah, it's not like an OVA. It's like an actual movie again, which hasn't happened in years.
I did love, what was it, Takuji Comics? Like, there's a lot of monster movies out now. I want to make my own.
Yeah, he was like, I just want to make my own monster movie. So there's a trailer out for it. Takes place after the series and stuff. Will it get dubbed? Maybe. I imagine this will be on Ultraman Connection, like very close to February 23rd.
I was say, do you think it's gonna be same day or no? Because it's gonna be in theaters.
It'll either be same day or at the end of the theater run. Like, it may line up to when it goes in Tsuburaya Imagination. But they could give us the same day, like they did the Trigger and Decker movies, which did not go in Tsuburaya Imagination the same day, but we got them the same day as the theater. So maybe. That's the big thing. Does every Ultra show always have a movie? Not always, but most of them get a movie. Like
nowadays. ever since Ginga, the only exception on the nowadays is Zet, but that's because of COVID.
That was and the writer died.
Oh yeah, that too, right?
Yeah. Okay. The next big announcement was the Ultraman 4K Discovery Project, which is remastering the original Ultraman series in 4K and adding additional footage. And it will have, the additional footage will have Koji Ishikaza, the narrator of Ultraman, as the navigator who plays the role of a theater manager, wonderful movie theater, where you can watch various tales from around the world. This groundbreaking production unfolds as he, along with the mysterious girl, explore the wonders of Ultraman. More information coming soon. So they're going to be kind of doing more than just, here's the show in 4K. They're actually doing, like, a kind of structure to it.
So yeah, but it sounds like a kind of like a host segment, and then you cut to the I feel like but it sounds, the way how they say it feels less of 4K restoration of the whole series, because I feel like it maybe there's one of those, like, there's some parts they just can't remaster, so to make up for it, they have these.
Yeah, it's not like 7 where they have everything. I think for original Ultraman, it's going to be airing at the Tsuburaya Film Festival in December. So. Yeah, I kind of feel like I agree with you that they're probably not doing the whole series, but they probably can't. So this is what they're doing.
It's instead. Like I imagine it feels very like experimental. I imagine they want to see how well it can do. Yeah, but to make up the fact that they can't do maybe all the series in 4K, they have these like host segments where they talk about,
like Jeremy Carr said, like Elvira. Yeah, pretty much. Go Ranger in 4K would be crazy. Okay, then there was a stack of announcements at the opening ceremony. Also, I love the fact that I'm just on Tsuburaya. Sorry, I forgot our name for it. Super Ray Ray.
Super Ray Ray.
Tsuburaya's website has all this info just straight from the source. It's so nice. It's in English. Okay. Tiga did get a Blu-ray in Japan, Common Jojo. We just didn't get it here. All right. So they had this whole opening ceremony where they first talked about the Ultra 7 55th project, and they released the short film Ultra 7 If Story of the Future 55 years ago. It's a pretty neat short. It's a concept movie that they released 7 minutes, and it experiments with things like, here's Dan Moriboshi looking like he did here's Dan Moriboshi 55 years ago, but he's like in the modern footage. Like they had an actor, and then they kind of like were able to augment the face to look like Dan back then. So kind of neat stuff there. And they brought some original actors in for it. It's pretty cool. If you haven't seen it, it's on the Ultraman YouTube. Pretty neat. Okay. The next thing is The Origin of Ultraman, tentative title, will be a documentary project in 2024 featuring the origin of the Ultraman series, like Ultraman. It will focus on inspiring fantasy and imagination and creation. Is being produced, and during the event, messages from known director Guillermo del Toro, known for works such as Pacific Rim and Shape of Water, was shown to fans, taking from interview footage currently in production. So I don't think he's actually making it. I think he's just being interviewed for it. But Guillermo del Toro is getting to be in an Ultraman documentary. Which, remember that photo of him and Kojima talking to a Tsuburaya guy?
Yep.
I have a feeling this is what it was for. I think we finally got to the end. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they also interview Kojima for this.
Also, breaking news, guys! I just found out. So, guess what? The entirety of the classic Looney Tunes show will be leaving Max on December 31st.
Of course it will. Of course it will. Of course it will. Cameron, my favorite Ultraman is Orb. My favorite show's Nexus. My favorite Ultra's Orb.
Mine's I know it's a tie between Taro Zero and Mebius. Those three are my top 3.
Jerry, do you have a favorite Ultraman?
I believe it's 7.
All right. Ultraman 4K Discovery. We talked about that already. Hollyhock. This is a weird announcement. A new human drama is in the works, completely centered around a female protagonist and based on the world of the new generation Ultraman series. The project is currently in active planning, and during an event and teaser video for this upcoming work was screened. It's got the subtitle of Schoolgirl versus Ultraman.
Yeah. I saw that when it got announced. I was like, what is this?
This is... It's like... I wonder if it's just because it says in the world of the new generation Ultraman, or based on the world of the new generation Ultraman. Is it just like
which one?
I mean, yeah, because they're all in different worlds, but like, is it just a schoolgirl and her perspective on things?
I don't know. That one Marvel spinoff that was like what was it called? Marvel's photographer's point of view.
Yeah. It was the photographer's point of view. Or like DC had that comedy Powerless that was just like normal people.
Yeah.
All right, Marvel Comics Ultraman. They talked about Rise, Trials, Mystery of Ultra 7.
Where were we talking about this last week?
We were talking about this. Whatever happened to these? They said an announcement was made at the event regarding new developments following the series set to unfold from 2024 onward, accompanied by a trailer. New works are scheduled for publication in 2024. I guess Avengers Cross Ultraman, or maybe they just scrapped that and they're doing something else.
So we got the rise. We got the rise.
I don't know what shrug and clap I'm doing lately, but that's just what we're doing.
You know, Thomas said something made me think about that Hollyhock thing. Like, she said that Hollyhock is an American flower. Like, what if this is somehow to do with America?
So we have the rise of Ultraman. Was it
Trials of Ultraman and Mystery of Ultra 7? Which Mystery Ultra 7's trade comes out in 2 weeks, guys. It's only been 11 months since the series ended.
So we'll be the Jack. We'll be the Jack. Like,
Jack's already in it.
If Jack has his own series, will be his like the blank of
the combination of Ultraman Jack. Because for those that haven't read it, and this may convince you to read it, Mystery of Ultra 7 went completely off the rails in the best way possible. Because Ultraman Jack doesn't exist as an Ultraman in this universe. He exists as a combining super robot of map vehicles combining together.
So it's like taking
it's Jack's defense team, and they pilot their vehicles, and they combine into a robot that looks like Ultraman.
So is it like combining like how like using the manga's Hulkbuster Jack by making it like a mech?
Yeah, it's actually kind of he's more regular Ultraman proportion instead of being like manga proportion.
A Hulkbuster.
Yeah, but Jack is a combining super robot with like split screen transformation and everything. I love it. It's like. Because Rise and Trials and even Mystery Ultra 7 were kind of like, oh hey, it's like a reimagining of the Showa, and then Jack shows up and it's a completely fresh concept, and I'm like, I love this. Do more of this.
8 should be called like the murderous intent of Ultraman Ace.
The murderous intent of Ultraman Ace. That would be pretty great because they did tease Ace and Father of Ultra at the end of Mystery of Ultra 7. So
and Taro should be the wacky world of Ultraman Taro.
Tokupunk's like, I gotta read it now. Yeah, no, if you guys... I hope I just sold you all on Mystery of Ultra 7, because that was my favorite one of all 3. I can't wait till the trade comes out so I can, like, reread it. Because I had the first 2 trades, but, like, that was the bonkers thing they did, and I loved it. It was so good.
The depressing world of Ultraman Nexus.
Okay. They can do a lot. They can do a lot with this, but I'm glad to hear that it's not dead, and it may have just been like on a little bit of a break. And maybe the reason why they delayed the Mystery of Ultra 7 trade all the way to December was so that way it's not as far off from the new stuff as if they had done the trade back in March.
Chat, I request make your own the blank blank Ultraman titles.
Alefire says the agony of Ultraman Leo.
Ultraman Leo. That's so true.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Leo is yeah. Do I need to read the others for Mystery of Ultra 7? Technically, yes, because they are like sequels to each other. But if you wanted to like just jump in, you could probably pick
the melody, the Ultraman Orb.
That's good. Melody's Ultraman Orb. Yeah. So if you want to just jump into Mystery Ultra 7, go for it, and then maybe you're intrigued and you'll go back and read Rise and Trials. That's my thought. That's. Sorry, I'm responding to a text message.
The Legend Ultraman Tiga. The Murder on the Ultraman Express.
Murder on the Ultraman Express.
The teachings of Ultraman 80.
I like these. I like these a lot. I love when we pull the chat and the chat just comes with those really cool name things. It's really fun. It's one of my favorite things on these streams. But yeah, so I mean, it's glad to see how the Marvel Ultraman comics are continuing because I thought, they're like I said, it's kind of like they were just getting good is like kind of a mean thing to say, but like Mystery of Ultra 7 was so good. I really loved it. I was like, oh, now we're getting somewhere. It was like when the Power Ranger comics introduced Lord Draken, and I'm like, oh, hello, you're doing new things.
The nostalgia of Ultraman Mebius.
You could also do the legacy of Ultraman Mebius.
That too. Across the Ultraverse.
All right, let's see. Blazar movie. Kaiju Haven Project. That's the next thing. Aiming to become an enduring masterpiece along Ultraman 6 years and beyond, the project presented a grand drama titled Kaiju Haven, a story where the kaiju is the protagonist. It is being in development under writer Yoichi Komori. So, more on that later, I guess. a lot of these announcements were like, here, this is the thing we're doing, and then that's it.
The understanding of Ultraman Blazar.
That's pretty good. Jerry Carr, the question of where's the story going with the Ultraman? They go in the Ultraman 80 comic. Yeah, I mean they've already they've got us all the way up to Ace and Father by the end of the third miniseries, so they can do more. I also appreciate side thing. I'm not gonna go grab them, but the trades for Rise and Trials say 1 and 2 at the top. So I'm hoping Mystery of Ultra 7 says 3 because it's like. That way you know what order they go in just by looking at them. Good stuff. All right, the Darkness Heals animation project. Darkness Heals is... What is it? It's been a stage show. It's been like, I don't know if there's a manga.
It's a manga.
Manga.
Sure.
It's basically all your Dark Ultra guys hanging out together. They just did a new stage show with...
Isn't it like some kind of isekai where Belial gets reincarnated and there's just like Ultra Girl?
Yeah, something like that. But like I know they just did a stage show that was a sitcom with Belial, with Kay Belial, Ignis Dark Trigger, Juggler's Juggler, and Trey Gear.
Carmilla?
No, it's Trey Gear.
I cracked up because I was thinking of Belial. You said Isekai, me thinking that time Belial that got reincarnated as Yamcha. Imagine that happened.
The time Belial got reincarnated as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so the idea here, this was really confusing. I gotta read this. The project Darkness Heals focuses on the Dark Heroes from the Ultraman series and features them as protagonists. These Dark Heroes are now making an appearance in the new innovative dance app Kiara Dan, produced by LDH Digital. The original music and dance are produced by Sekai of Exile Fantastics. At the Tsuburaya convention opening ceremony, a dance was performed by Evil Tiga was showcased. Okay. And then it went on to say that, like, they're basically doing an animated project with Darkness Heals, and maybe there's dancing involved.
So, I mean, the synopsis for Darkness Heals, the manga. So, for a long time, the people of Planet Hughes have been divided into upper and lower classes, but recent years, the conflict between them has been intensified with the advent of the weapon called the Battleizers from, Ultra lore. Upper class girl named Lily confronts the lower class as a member of the riot control unit, but questioning her duties while on a mission she hurries to rescue a young girl from a monster summoning from a Battleizer. The mysterious man in black appears for her in the monster, aka that's Belial.
It sounds weird, but let's just see how it turns out.
There's already anime design for her, for the main girl. I'm not sure where this. I'm looking at the Ultra Wiki.
Yeah, this is all that was officially released with these 2 pictures.
Thing.
Then they talked about Ultraman Rising, and they had a physical suit of the kaiju, which is the coolest thing.
Actually, a physical suit.
Physical suit of the kaiju from Rising was there.
How long we're gonna take it to get a physical suit of Rising? Then
I don't know. You'd have to do. Oh, you'd have to do him like a puppet, like the Jack Skellington puppet at Disney World.
That thing's amazing.
It is. It's so
I
cool.
saw a video of it. Because it'll be weird to see in normal proportions.
Yeah. Mr. Taduki says Juggler discovers the power to defeat Orb. Breaking?
Yeah, it just turns into what was the movie's Breaking to Electric Boogaloo or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. So anyways, that's it. That was the all the media announcements from Tsuburaya Con 2023. Subucon had a hell of a showing, I think. That was some pretty great stuff.
Now for toys.
Now for toys. If you're wondering why was the Ultraman toys, well, of course I'm grouping all this stuff together. Just give me a moment to pull it all up. Because that's what we do around here. We prep things. We plan. We advance.
Until YouTube kills us.
Exactly.
Tama, it was Guy and Haruki. They're the only 2 new gen actors that were at Subicon.
I saw the clip on Twitter of all of them transforming at the same time, and I almost cried. It was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I was like, holy crap.
You want to see it funnier is how everybody's like, doing all these chants, and Gento just puts in the chip.
Yep.
It's
and then
so
there was
simple.
I thought I felt bad for Leto's actor because it looked like he missed his cue for the Zero Eye, but I was also like, that's so in character that
character.
Yeah. All right.
Also really funny where everyone's like, you're shouting, Kinga, victory X! And Gento just stare quiet.
He's just staring. He's like, no, I'm unleashing a monster. Leto was Zero's host in Jeed. All right, so on display, but it didn't get promo pictures, but on display at Subucon was the Ultra Hero Series vinyl of Ultraman Rising, and then also the Ultra action figure of Ultraman Rising.
I'm not sure these are prototypes, but it's kind of weird. It went with more of a white color scheme because in the trailer, teaser trailer, he was definitely silver, shiny silver.
I wonder if the white color scheme is kind of like how they do Jonius and the USA Trio. It's like the animation
like
thing,
yeah.
Spin Dash says, so the titles leaving HBO Max list for December's out. They're nuking all the Looney Tunes.
Wow. That sounds like...
I just got HBO Max back. And they go and do this to me.
And they're like, here's a reason to get rid of it again.
It's like the day I signed up for Hulu for the Ghost Rider show, they canceled the Ghost Rider show.
Is he still salty that he had to bring back Coyote vs. Acme?
Maybe.
It's like, I can't get rid of this Looney Tunes day, but I can get rid of these other ones.
Mr. Tanuki brings up a good point. I bet Looney Tunes will lands on Tubi. That's where most of the Hanna-Barbera are. That's entirely possible.
Yeah, that's true. I was watching Flintstones on Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that the Ultra action figure is a lot more skinnier than the vinyl.
Yeah.
The vinyl's weird.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up, Spin Dash. Like, no problem with interruptions, because that was something we tracked.
I'm interested to see when the Bandai America products are going to be revealed. Because
what if the Bandai America products are revealed, and it's just like, look, here they are, and it's just these?
Or just importing it.
The interesting part is there's a neck joint on the vinyl.
Like, can he actually move his head?
There's a cut for the neck. That never happens.
Maybe his waist is that thin that they can't safely do a waist joint.
It's possible. Cameron says, speaking of Looney Tunes, who's your favorite Looney Tune? I'm a big fan of Bugs Bunny. I think Bugs is great. I can't go wrong with Bugs.
For me, it'll probably be a combination of Daffy and Foghorn Leghorn. I always like those two a lot.
Looney Tunes Show Lola is up there. Specifically that one.
Now, we're talking my favorite Muppet. That's Fozzie.
Are we doing I didn't know we were doing Muppets.
I don't know. Whenever I think of Looney Tunes, I think of Muppets also because because they're both classics, but they also get treated horribly by their company.
Who's your favorite Looney Tune, Jerry?
Always gonna be Daffy.
Yeah, Daffy's great. I like all the stuff that Bugs does to people. I really love how much he messes with people. You know.
Who are you guys' favorite Muppet?
I have a really unconventional pick.
Because mine's Fozzie. Gonzo's like a close second also.
Yeah, for me it's Fonzie and Gonzo as well.
Uncle Deadly.
Oh.
Yeah,
that is my favorite Muppets character.
Oh god, I always remember their name. What's the name? Statler and
Statler and Waldorf.
Also, Statler and Waldorf.
Yeah. Those guys are great.
Sam the Eagles also is a Sam the Eagles also.
Great.
I also like Pepe. Pepe is one of my favorites.
Statler and Waldorf just me and Wheels. Think about it.
I like.
I know. Well, no, you can't say that. I was thinking more of Meeper, the professor in Meeper.
Beaker and Honeydew.
Yeah, Beaker and Honeydew. Yeah.
I love my Muppets. You know what the thing is too? The thing with Deadly is I like that Deadly is this character. He showed up in a the Vincent Price episode, and he was like the ghost that haunted the Muppet Theater. So he has like this really cool horror aspect. But then like recently, ever since the ABC show, he's been like Miss Piggy's agent. And the stuff he has to do for her is the funniest stuff that I've ever seen. Like there's this whole saga in the ABC Muppet Show where Deadly has to take care of the Argentinian penguin Gloria Estefan that Piggy brought back with her. And like at some point, like Deadly and the penguin get drunk together, and it's like the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I'm just like, I like how this guy was like, I'm the Phantom of the Muppet Theater, and then eventually he's just like, now I'm taking care of this damn penguin.
I wish Disney didn't treat the Muppets like garbage.
Me too. I watched Muppets Take Manhattan because I got the 4K in, and I'm just like, oh, God, what a great movie.
I love that movie. I used to watch that all the time. Oh my goodness.
Remember the greatest advice. People's is people's.
People's is people's. Yeah,
I love that scene.
I also love the scene with Miss Piggy and Joan Rivers that feels like there was no script in sight.
Wasn't that the case with the bench team?
Yes. ABC Muppets. Yeah, because Miss Piggy says ABC Muppets is so much better than it should have been. It was like ABC Muppets is so good. I have watched it 3 times in full. I love that show so much. It's my favorite Muppets thing that Disney ever did.
Muppets? Was it Muppets Most Wanted? I think is underrated.
Muppets Most Wanted is underrated. Yeah, same with the 2010 Muppets as well. Like the most recent Muppets movies I thought were pretty good. But ABC Muppets was when the Muppets finally got their edge back, and then they got canceled because they got their edge back.
Yeah, exactly. You were like, wait, what?
Swedish Chef Popcorn sing. Oh yeah, there's this whole. Oh god, ABC Muppets had this gag where like Miss Piggy was like, I need waffles anytime I say the word waffle, and like Swedish Chef would like be just tossing waffles at her, and then like, but then like Piggy kept like telling Kermit he needs to stop waffling on decisions, so then there was just waffles kept showing up through the whole episode. And they're like, no, not that kind of waffle.
I love it. Hey, let's get back to Ultraman.
Hey, back to Ultraman. Watch ABC Muppets if you've never seen it, everybody. It's the best. All right, so remember we talked about a few weeks ago the Geed Risers Ultra Epica release and how there was a capsule set. We finally got details on the capsule set. So it'll be the holder, the belt buckle, Zet, Trigger, Decker, Blazar, plus Zero, Father, and King. So this will get you the rest of the show forms for Geed. And then you also get Gomora, Red King, Ella King, and I forgot his name.
That guy.
Ace Killer? Is that
Ace Killer, yeah. So you basically get your main Geed and Belial stuff between this and the Geed Riser. So that's not too bad. We still need like a Zero set. This is coming out for 7,700 yen in November of 2024, because remember the Geed Riser isn't coming out till October 2024.
Nice.
Yeah. And so it's coming out. There it is. Yay. Spin Dash. Thank you, Collector K9 for Ace Killer. Spin Dash says, I want a new Muppet show. Just get actors and musicians to perform with them. No gimmick or forced plot arc. Yeah, I mean, ABC Muppets kind of had like the guest star thing, and then there was that Muppets Now show that like brought back the here's a random celebrity, but then it was arc based. It's like Linda Cardellini had an arc being Miss Piggy's friend, and RuPaul had an arc being Miss Piggy's friend. The only episode of Drag Race I've ever watched was the one where Miss Piggy was a guest judge. I love the Muppets, guys. This is the stream of unlocked Soundout's secret hobbies that he loves so much that he'll talk about for hours.
That's the next like.
I've got a whole tier list to do.
That's gonna be the next toy history after Bill Ted's the Muppets toy history.
Oh god, that's gonna be painful. The riser should have sounds for Royal Mega Master because we got the capsules there. Ultimate Final, I don't know what they'll do about.
Does the riser have the clips for the Zero Eye?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because that's part of the design. It should happen.
It'll happen. The Ultra Epica X Divisor compatible Cybercard Set 2 will be releasing for 7,480 yen in March, containing 34 cards, 19 which are brand new. They're just going nuts. So Ultraman X, here's the card lineup. Let's go over it. Okay. So first things first, Cyber Juggalish Juggler and Cyber Earth Garen exist now.
Those are really cool designs.
I like them. Look at them, guys. Isn't they cool?
It looks like it does look like see. I like the juggling thing. These are like their X antibodies versions of them.
Yeah. Okay, so the full lineup is Gaia V2, Agul V2, Rosso Flame, Rosso Blue, Grigio, Taiga, Titus, Fuma, Zet, Dyna, Dinas, Geed Galaxy Rising, Groob, Taiga Tristerium, Zet Delta Riseclaw, Trigger Glitter Eternity, Decker Dynamic, Blazar Firedran Armor, then of course Cyber Jugglis and Cyber Earth Garen, plus the remake cards of Ultraman, Tiga, Exceed X, thank you, now we got Exceed X, and Beta Spark Armor. We've got the Ultraman X Hybrid Armor, Cyber Teleston, Zophie, 7, Jack, Ace, Taro, Leo, Astra, 80, and then, who's that? I can't tell.
What, who, after 80?
Dyna, and Ginga Victory. So that is the whole set lineup.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Ultraman.
Yep, and as Hellfire said, we are still missing so many kaiju cards.
Yeah, so that's gonna be another card set. You know it.
Yep, there's gotta be at least a third one. Jerry, you got thoughts on Ultraman cards or?
I like the Cyber X Juggler and Garen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anything, Jerry?
No, I'm looking at them. They'll need, and I had a random thought about how booster packs are essentially physical DLC. Think about it.
That's what they are. That's why I don't like buying modern Toku stuff.
Physical DLC, yeah.
Yeah, it's literal physical DLC, and unlike with say like Toys to Life stuff, I can't display them.
Not as easily.
I mean, I could. Well, yeah, technically you could display them, but like
they spelled group differently than they did in the past. Oh my god.
Oh no. I knew it. I knew it was gonna be because wasn't it like GROOBE?
Super Ray needs to get their stuff together. Muteki, this isn't Blazar's new canon base form because they already made a Blazar card in the first card set.
I miss them changing spelling like it's Cybuster.
Oh god!
It's always been Cybuster with a U,
and now it's Cybuster.
The high grade, Bastard. I'm like, what?
I think what more annoys me is when, like future products will use a misspelling name where it'll be like, I remember, they were, I remember like for Ben 10, Humongosaur. For a misspelling mistake with Humongosaur was 2 U's, but it's sadly only 1 U. But I think later toys, like for the reboot, use the misspelling instead by.
Yeah.
Yes, God, I always hate that.
I will say too. Common Jojo says, "What is your guys' dream Ultraman game?" My quick answer is a Dragon Ball Fighter style Ultraman fighting game where you can fight all the Ultraman and all the major kaiju.
100%. Yes.
Give it to me.
Yeah, I guess
I want to play as Ultra Woman Beth in a fighting game where she can combo her water stuff all over the place. She's so cool.
I bet you've been seeing it, but there's this great video where someone's playing one of the Ultraman Fighting Evolution games, but it's like corrupted, so it's just Agu and Gaia. Yeah. Gaia just look like cryptic, while also their grunts like draw.
I saw that. Yeah, but Dragon Ball Fighters would be
The problem with Ultraman fighting game nowadays, I think the problem is the roster, because how do you balance it in terms, not like balance in terms of
Dragon Ball Fighters made it so that Yamcha can easily beat Broly.
No, I don't mean like balancing the fighting. I mean balancing the roster in terms of who do you pick?
Who do you
because
pick?
90% of the roster, because 90% of the roster is gonna be Ultraman, but like there's a lot of Kaiju also. So like, who do you pick from which Ultra series to keep like as the base roster at least? And that's gonna be hard, I imagine.
Peacemaker says I would like a new Super Robot Wars style Toku game, even for just one franchise. They did those back in the 90s. That was a thing they already had done before.
The last one was 2011 for the PSP, where it was like Ultraman, Ginga, O's, and
that's where
Gundam
comes from.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason, Sentai is never included. It's always like Ultraman, Kamen Rider, and Gundam.
Yep, and Gundam, not Sentai. Yep.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of great ideas in the chat about different Ultraman games. There is so much untapped potential with Ultraman video games.
We did. We did that MVC4 like hypothetical roster. I mean, we should do like another one for other. I think
we could do one for Ultraman. Be like, here's our roster for an Ultraman fighting game.
Battle for the Grid. I think we should do a Battle for the Grid 2 like roster. But
I don't want to be depressed.
Yeah, who do you want to kick? Who to keep and who had to be kicked?
Yeah. All right. Speaking of Gaia, SH Figuarts Shinkocho Seiho Ultraman Gaia V2 is coming out as a retail release in June of 2024, going up for pre-order December 1st. You'll be 8,800 yen. Whew, that was a lot of words.
And thankfully, he doesn't have rubber.
He doesn't have rubber, because if you look at the way they pose him, you never see that mid-torso crunch, which is how the rubber worked on the others. It's always solid. I think they're just using Seiho tech, but in a normal style figure, which is all I wanted. He comes with a beam effect, so he can do his like flying dive beam thing. That's all he comes with, though. It's hands and the beam effect.
I mean, that's all you need, right?
That's all I really need. I remember when the leaked listings came out, and it was like listed as Ultraman Gaia V1, and I was just like, no!
Well, here's the thing about it. Did they ever do V1? I know PS1 V2, because that's just now default form. But
V2 is the default, yeah.
But did they ever do figures of V1?
In Ultra they did.
Okay.
What I always think they should do is V2 at retail, V1 at P Bandai.
Yeah.
Because people will want V1, but I'm going to just buy V2. It's
because V2 is just default. It's the default look now.
Exactly. Also adding to this, there will be an Ultraman Gaia effect part set released the same month for 4,400 yen, including 2 ground impact and a bunch of beams. So you get ground impact, which looks really cool. You get the head beam plus an extra head to hold the head beam. You get the head sword thing. I haven't watched Gaia, guys. I'm just guessing. And then the head whip thing. So it's like a head and then extra head attacks. So that's a separate set.
So for the Ultra Seihos, have they only done the main Ultras, never any of the other forms or anything like that?
They did Tiga Power. So,
but just no Sky,
no Sky yet. It's weird. They did Tiga Power and Trigger Sky at the same time, and I thought, and then now they'll do the opposite, and they didn't.
Well, okay, I'm pretty sure Agu's coming, because I'm like, he's an actual
Agu's coming for sure. Like, Agu's coming. That's 100% is going to happen.
I was supposed to do Evil Tiga.
Oh yeah, they did do Glitter Tiga. Yeah, they're slower to put them out because they are more expensive to do. And I think they were redesigning Tiga after how bad the multi-type originally went. So
did Dyna have the rubber or no?
Dyna had rubber, but it was sturdier. Toku has cosplay. I'm so sorry. We're at the end of the Subucon stuff. I tried to delay it. There just wasn't anything else to talk about.
Watch the replay.
You have to watch replay. We even rambled about Looney Tunes and Muppets for a bit.
Muppets. Right, anything else, or should we go to tier list land?
There's one more thing. The Ultraman Blazar diecast Blazar Stone Prop Edition for 4,125 yen, released in March. These are larger Blazar stones. They do not work in the Blazar brace. But you get the 4 main ones. You get, Blazar, Frydran, Garmon, and whatever that thing that makes the rainbow is. And they look like this on the back. So.
Okay, I was wondering, I was going to ask, do they have paint on them? Okay, so there's more props. I meant they're more prop size then.
More prop size. They're 550% bigger, and they come with stands.
Do they heat up in your pocket?
I'm sure if you apply heat to them and stick it in your pocket, it'll start feeling like it's burning. They are metal. Okay. It's time for a tier list, guys. Because I was going to fill out the news time. We ended up filling this anyways because we rambled about Muppets and...
Prawn.
I promised a Marvel tier list. We're doing a Marvel animation tier list, guys.
Marvel. Are we gonna do a Marvel video game one next?
Yes.
That's the only one left, right?
I think that covers it.
What more video games do you think?
Oh, we need to do a non-MCU Marvel live action
movies. Yeah, that too.
So I can go. I haven't watched. There's a lot of live action Marvel stuff I've never seen and never plan to. Okay.
Have you seen the was it Generation X?
Yes, I have.
Pilot.
Yep. See you later, Zeltrax. Oh yeah, Jeremy Carr's already like Silver Surfer's underrated. Oh, we're getting there. Boom. This is so for the record of the tier list. This is everything we got. We're not ranking What If Season 2. I kind of pre-made this to be. It's everything from Marvel Superheroes in '66 all the way down to I Am Groot Season 2. This includes shorts. This includes movies. This includes everything. There's no Lego. There's no Phineas and Ferb. I felt like those are just their own thing. There's stuff here. So I have an S through F. I didn't label them because I didn't feel like it. And there's also a haven't seen / finished because some of these things I've started but never finished. We're going to try to keep it brief, which will be easy to do because like half this stuff I don't think some of us have seen. So
I see majority of these at least the current stuff because I actually want to give an actual opinion instead of Twitter just going like
I want to give an opinion on the current stuff, but we'll talk about that. We're going to go through the whole thing. Favorite Spider-Man voice actor, Josh Keaton. All right. Anyways,
you're alone. Now I think token the pedestal for now. Honestly.
He's my close second. He's really good.
That man suffers too much in Spider-Man 2. I'll say that.
Hey, he spent 10 years voicing Sasuke to prep for that. So
yeah,
how long did he voice that? 10 years. You're alone, Thal.
At least
10 years.
At least 10 years. All right.
No, more than that actually. Now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because
20 years maybe.
When was the Naruto dub came out in 2005?
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh god, it's been 18 years.
Almost 20.
Yep. time moves forward.
All right. So Funko shorts aren't here either. I kept it to like pure Marvel animation. I also didn't keep any of the motion comics. It has to be animated. So starting with something that's basically
one sort of exception.
Yeah, one is basically motion comic is Marvel Superheroes from 1966. It had segments for Captain America, Incredible Hulk, Invincible Iron Man, Mighty Thor, and Prince Namor the Submariner.
You probably heard the theme song for at least.
You probably heard the theme song. It's okay. I'm gonna put this one in the C. I can't put it in D. It's not that bad, but they usually take comic art.
It definitely reeks of no money. though.
Marvel didn't have money in '66.
Okay, but here's the thing: best theme song out of that.
Namor.
Those. Oh no, Captain
America's pretty good, but that Namor theme slaps.
The Hulk one makes you laugh. Dr. Banner felt it like Gamma Rays turns into the Hulk.
All right. Next up, we have the Hanna-Barbera 1967 Fantastic Four series. Kind of an underrated gem, if I'm being honest. That's at least a B, especially for its era.
I don't think I ever seen this one.
Just because is that the one where that meme where Reed Richards it's like Reed Richards bullies a Holocaust survivor with a wooden gun or something?
Yes, it is.
Was it this?
Have you ever seen like Magneto? There's a compilation on YouTube that's called like Fantastic Four 1967 is the greatest show ever made, and it's just like all these out of context clips. It's great. It really is. It's a really solid show. See you later, Kay. It's honestly a pretty solid show when you watch it. I think the out of context moments make it funnier than it actually is supposed to, but it's pretty solid. I like it. Okay, so then 1967 Spider-Man, a show that starts the memes, the theme song. It's iconic. Disney owns it and has owned it for like 24 years, and yet they don't actually release it anywhere. I don't know why. I have the DVD set.
Was it on Disney Plus, but then got taken off?
Nope, it never was on Disney Plus.
I swear it was Disney Plus.
Nope, that was another Spider-Man show. Those never. Yeah. Anyways, tons of memes. If you ever actually watched the show, season 1 and part of season 2 stick really close to the original comics, the Lee and Ditko stuff. Use a lot of the classic Spider-Man villains, and then season 3 just goes on a drug trip.
Wasn't season 3 like the solo Ditko era where it was all mafia gangs, or no?
No, he was fighting aliens and dragons and
yes.
stuff.
I thought that was the 80s show.
Some of those.
Dude, there are episodes that are just like psychedelic drug trip lights.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nev Bite says I find it baffling to put Amazing Friends on there, but the 60s show is like, nope. Yeah, I have no idea. Luckily, they put out a complete DVD set in like 2004, but it's out of print.
I do love how weirdly deep Peter's voice is in the 60s show.
Yes, he's super like.
Guys, I gotta give this one an A. I don't even think it's that great of a show overall, but like,
it's
too iconic.
It has to be different than memes alone.
Yeah, and that psychedelic season 3 is like one of the trippiest things I've ever seen in my life.
And which season was the pointing meme from?
Season 1.
Pointing.
I think it was season 1.
Was it season 1 or?
Welcome, Psycho O's, and happy birthday. He was playing with his CSMO's driver.
Woo!
Happy birthday, Psycho O's. All right.
No comment, JoJo. The Dig Show is official. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. 1978's The New Fantastic Four. Human Torch was off limits due to licensing, so they replaced him with Herbie. All right, so this show is not as good as the 67 show. The lack of Human Torch is weird. It's probably a C.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was Herbie made for the show, or was he in the comics beforehand?
I don't actually remember. I don't remember if Herbie was made for the show or if it was comics first.
It'll at least give some points. Gotta love Herbie.
I like Herbie. Friend. That's why it's C. It's only 13 episodes, but I kind of struggled getting through it. I found the 67 show to be a little bit more bonkers. This one was a little bit more grounded in that.
Yeah, Fantastic Four, the better Fantastic Four is when the shows when the Fantastic Four is more bonkers.
Yep.
Fantastic Four is a family sitcom science bonkers series.
Exactly. To me. All right, so 1979 saw the release of Fred and Barney Meet the Thing. This was a show where you'd have a segment of Fred and Barney, not Flintstones, but a spinoff called Fred and Barney. And then the second segment was The Thing, where Ben Grimm was a teenager that could put two rings together and say, "Thing rings, do your thing," and he'd become
He's Ultraman Ace?
He's Ultraman Ace.
It's the Thing at his strongest, and he cannot be defeated, by the way, in that version of... He's punched hurricanes, lightning bolts, flies by flapping his wings, dances so good that he just slides. I love that gif, by the way. It's somewhere in the Discord.
So you're telling me...
just slide, he's just got the groove, like...
So, Kels, you're telling me that this version of Ben Grimm can beat Goku?
Yes.
Not only can he do what I just said, I forgot, he also has transmutation. He could turn metal into wood.
Mm-hmm. he could beat Edward Elric in a pissing contest. Anyways, that's an A show because it is kind of amazing. All right, 1979 Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
You guys have never seen this. This one's on Disney Plus. This is the weird one. Like, it's weird that this is on Disney Plus and like others aren't, right? But I gotta tell you guys that you know how like we talk about there's always discussion of like, oh, should superheroes keep their identities secret from their family, and you know, oh, this superhero has to lie to do this and they have to talk about this, yada yada yada. No one understands the multi-layered excuses for Jessica Drew to become Spider-Woman. There is an episode where she throws herself out of a moving helicopter and everybody thinks she's dead and practically start her funeral before she comes back. And she's like, "I'm fine. Spider-Woman caught me and put me on top of this building, and it took me a while to get back to you."
That sounds like, I don't know if it's Fleischer era or like some Superman cartoons or...
probably Filmation era Superman.
Yeah.
Guys, Spider-Woman is also a solid B just for bonkers. B for bonkers. That's what we're calling.
That's probably the only time I really like Jessica Drew. I'm not a big fan of Jessica Drew's Spider-Woman, to be honest. So
she's my least favorite Spider-Woman, if I'm being totally I guess
quick thoughts on the Man in Web trailer question.
Moving on. Spider-Man from 1981, the Marvel production Spider-Man.
I
call him Lonely Spider-Man.
Yeah, before his friends, yeah.
Actually, it's funny. Friends. It's not before. It's at the same time. He pulled a Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
This Spider-Man show and Spider-Man His Amazing Friends aired at the same time. I think in the same programming block, even. It was like Super Friends and then Challenge of the Super Friends, where they aired together, even though they're technically two shows.
It's even funnier because I didn't they take plots from each other, from what I understand? Like
Stan Lee did not put a lot of money into Marvel Productions. Okay. Have you ever seen the 81 Spider-Man show, Jerry?
Yes, not as much as Amazing Friends, but I did.
I think they even took plots from other cartoons for this show.
Yeah. They stole a plot from the RoboCop cartoon.
Dan was too busy.
Oh wait, no. RoboCop cartoon stole plots from this.
Yeah, because that came after.
So
Battle Fever J, yeah. That was.
Hey, question. Why is the Muppet Babies not here? That's Marvel. That's done by Marvel.
RoboCop would have to be here too. And technically the Men in Black cartoon.
Men in Black. Mm-hmm.
And Transformers. And Transformers. And G.I. Joe. And Jim. And My Little Pony. Like, if we include everything Marvel Productions made, we'd be here a while.
I didn't know the Men in Black cartoon was done by Marvel Productions.
I think it was because they bought Malibu.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Huh.
Toei was one of the studios on Muppet Babies Blu-ray. All right, so Spider-Man 81. It's kind of forgettable because of Amazing Friends.
Amazing Friends is better to me.
Yeah, theme song slaps though. That theme song's great. All right, Amazing Friends. I mean, this obviously was the more popular show, right? Like
I watched this a lot as a kid.
It had the same number of episodes as Lonely Spider-Man. But it was technically 3 seasons, where Lonely Spider-Man was 1 season.
Yeah, Gen X loved to do reruns of the show for some reason.
Yeah.
And that's why I watched it so much. And so, like, that show's, like, very nostalgic. I'm not sure I could call it a good show, but...
I'm going to put it in A for amazing, because it made Firestar a character people care about.
Yeah. I do love...
If it says so, is Spider-Man 81 just a series with the Amazing Friends removed? Basically, it's the same voice actor for Spider-Man. It's a similar art style and everything.
Yeah. No, I just find funny that Bobby was just pretty much Fred with Frank Welker doing the same voice and everything.
Yep. Also, yes, Australian Wolverine, as Cameron pointed out. Wolverine was Australian here, and he was Australian in Pride of the X-Men because they're using the same...
It's like kind of funny. Each era of Marvel animation has their own multiverse, universe, get technical.
And then also because Marvel comics are so interconnected, anytime you adapt a Marvel show, you can't just leave out other characters.
Because the Spider-Man shows, Hulk and Pride X-Men are technically part of the same universe, technically.
Yep. Incredible Hulk from 1982. It's like a C. I can't remember much of this show.
I don't remember anything either.
So in this show, wasn't it like a duo show with She-Hulk and Hulk, or no? Because I know She-Hulk
You're thinking of the 90s show.
Because
this is the 80s show.
I swore that Bruce and Jen got their gamma powers at the same time, or I might be misremembering. I only watched like one episode of this as a kid, or something like that.
I'm gonna look up and see if Jen even showed up in this.
No, she's in there. I remember seeing that specifically, but like I don't know if she was
double check because I'm having trouble remembering the show. Let's see, television. Okay, yeah, she did show up, but how was she in it? How many episodes was she in it?
Yeah.
I think the show, Common General, I think this whole show was pretty...
She showed up in episode 11. She didn't get in there until episode 11 out of 13, and then it doesn't seem like she was in the
it was short-lived.
Yeah.
The show was short-lived.
Yeah, it was only 13 episodes. I remember watching it. It's like... Sorry, I went to outro. My bad. Yeah, the 80s one, I just don't remember much about it. That's why it's kind of going to just sit and see, because I can't... I watched
how forgettable it was.
Everything the 80s show did, the 90s show did better.
Didn't even know there was one before the 90s. Exactly.
Most people don't even know it exists, yeah.
I actually did see it before, so that's why
is X-Men.
I'm sorry, this is an F. The theme song is memed and stuff, but have you ever actually watched this thing?
Yes.
The best part about it is that Dazzler's on the team.
Oh no! The best part is the 90s arcade game came from spawned from it. So
exactly. LPH says, "Why is the show not on Disney Plus?" I don't know. Disney owns 82 Hulk. They own 67 Spider-Man, and yet they're not on Disney Plus.
Well, because was it a VHS really? It was only on. It was a home like VHS called OVA. You want to get technical?
Yeah, well, Pride of the X-Men. Yeah, right? I don't think Disney owns Pride of the X-Men actually.
That might be some legal bullshit with that. Then
Konami's just like, but you guys just did the game, Konami. Did we?
Did we?
Die, ex-chicken.
All right, time to get to the era of Marvel animation people will recognize. It's the 90s.
Yeah.
I love 90s X-Men. I'm currently rewatching it with my mom. It's still an A, not an S. And I'll tell you why.
I'm so glad my dad got all the series.
Mm-hmm.
I need to fully watch the. I watched 90 X-Men years ago as a kid, but never rewatched it. I watched the first couple episodes of season 1, and it was fine. Yeah. But like it is kind of hard. I know some later stuff gets better.
I like the back half of season 1 a whole lot. I like a lot of season 2 episodes. The Nightcrawler episode is probably one of my favorite episodes of TV ever made.
Was it the last season bad?
The last season was not planned. I have the behind the scenes book on it. And they were originally going to end the show with I think they're going to end the show at 65 episodes. Fox Kids said, we want more, and made them do 11 more. And so they had their whole ending with Apocalypse figured out. And then they had to do more episodes. And those episodes were just not up to the same quality because they had wrapped production and let a lot of people go, and they had to kind of drag people back in to get those last episodes together.
That reminds me of a lot of other shows like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll be watching X-Men 97 for sure. 100%.
That will be a separate show, I'm assuming.
Jeremy Carr says, I wish the home media releases in story order as opposed to production order. Oh my god. Yeah, season 1 and most of season 2 is in production order. Everything else is out of order. Or actually, yeah, because...
What's the Disney Plus area? Or what's the
Disney Plus order was fixed because Eric and Julia Lewald are working on X-Men 97 as consultants, and so they got it fixed. So it's fine on Disney Plus, but on the DVD, like when I was watching with my mom last night, we watched 5 episodes. I had to get up and change the disc every episode.
The disc. I hate that so much.
Yep, and yeah, that's true, Dan Falconer. Yeah, the production company, the animation studio, was out of the contract by then, so it was a completely different production. Yep.
That's why it looks so different.
And Saban wasn't going to pay for a new contract, so it's an A show. It's good. There's no bad X-Men show. Sorry, there's no bad animated X-Men show.
But Pride X-Men is not a show. It's a pilot.
Exactly.
That can't count.
So
all right, can 90s Iron Man be C for?
I'm so sorry. 2? It's a D. I hate this show. I don't like it.
I didn't see the C. I didn't see the D. So yeah, no. I only put a D because of the season 2 intro. That season 2 intro is amazing.
The season 2 intro is the only thing that saves it from F. I don't like the show.
So much, well, you don't like the. Oh wait, no, it's not West Coast Avengers. What's the team in season 1? Force Works.
Force Works is technically West Coast Avengers because that's what they became after West Coast were disbanded. But I watched season 1. I was like, this is pretty bad, which I heard. And then I get to season 2 and I'm like, oh, this will be better. And I'm like, this ain't. Tony Stark is an irredeemable jerk monster in this show, and I don't.
Tony, that's the thing. Tony is a jerk, but not. Tony's one of those characters that. Tony Stark is one of those characters you need to be careful, right? Because he is such a jerk, but you still need to make him likable and like.
They were writing him like Demon in a Bottle, except there's no mention of alcohol because
kid show,
right? I think if I had watched Iron Man as a kid, I did not watch Iron Man as a kid. I did not watch the show when I was younger, so I don't have any nostalgia for it. And so watching it without that, it loses a lot.
Also, Wolf Mandarin, yikes.
Yeah, the Mandarin.
Yep. Jerry, you got any counter thoughts for 90s Iron
Man? I was okay with it growing up. But as a kid, it wasn't my favorite.
Yeah,
it definitely was not my favorite.
That's how they
the Mandarin?
No, Hawkeye. How do you think how they handle Hawkeye?
I hate when Clint Barton is written as like a jerk because he's not.
Boy.
He's not.
Boy, I can't. Oh boy, I can't wait to talk about that when we get to United.
I have a fun
Assemble.
story of being confused about Iron Man as a kid.
Go
because
for it.
I didn't know about Marvel, DC, and other comic separation. And I thought Exo Manowar from Valiant was related to Iron Man, and the game that came out didn't help.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Technically, shouldn't Ultra Force be here? Because
no,
Marvel bought that company.
That game sucks, by the way. But
yeah. All right, let's get to it. Marvel, for context, Fantastic Four and Iron Man aired in a block on syndication, and they definitely didn't have the money that Fox Kids gave X-Men and Spider-Man. But Fantastic Four managed to pull off what I thought was a good show. Again, I have nostalgia childhood bias for this one, but I thought it was a good show. Season 1 is a little weak and weird, but it has like the Flame On rap coming up, so like there's a lot of that thing. Season 2 is legitimately really good, really great adaptation of the Galactus arc. Fantastic Daredevil episode that introduced me to character. The Black Panther stuff was really good.
Ghost Rider scared off Galactus.
Yes, Ghost Rider scares off Galactus because they were trying to set up a Ghost Rider show that never happened, but it gave us the coolest thing ever.
With that voice actor and such how they handle him in the Hulk show. Oh man, I wish that happened now.
All right, so Fantastic Four has an amazing season 2, a good season 1. I'm still going to put it in B because
and a banging theme song. I love
that theme song will forever be stuck in my mind.
B's fine. I was even thinking B or C myself.
Yeah, I can't put it in A. It's just not that good.
Yeah, it's good, but not great.
Radioactive
Spider-Man. This is a classic, iconic 5 seasons of a show. It's a bit of a mess, if I'm going to be honest. I love it.
I need to fully
going back to it. Yeah, you're right.
I have so much because I own a lot of those like Buena Vista DVDs, so I love watching like the Black.
Yeah,
I remember the Black. It's basically the Black Hat art.
Those 5. What annoys me is they only put out 5 volumes of episodes, but those are also the best episodes of the entire show.
I think that's why I think I have so much like nostalgia and love for it.
That's why a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia and love for it because they show the best episodes.
I think. It's just one of those shows that it really depends on the arc because I don't think there was a single normal episode of the show. I think it was all arcs.
Season 1 was the only season that didn't have an arc. It was mostly like Lizard, Chameleon, Rhino, like one villain after another, right? And then Season 2 was all Neogenic Nightmare. Season 3 was all Sins of the Fathers. Season 4 was all Partners in Danger. Season 5 was The Wedding and the 6 Forgotten Warriors and Hydra Man and Secret Wars and Spider Wars. I think it's a great show, but kind of like X-Men, it's a little bit messy. It's not consistent, you know? So it's going to be an A show.
I think it deserves A because I think it's a really good gateway for that era of Spider-Man, especially.
Well, he also gave Captain America and the X-Men show, too.
Yes.
Yeah, no, again, the 90s cartoons for its own universe.
All right. Now, The Incredible Hulk from 1996, which ran for 2 seasons, 13 episodes of The Incredible Hulk, and 8 episodes of Hulk and She-Hulk, is by far one of my favorite shows of all time. Holy cow.
I really like it.
Good.
It's so good.
This is an underrated gem in the Marvel animation lineup that I wish more people would check out. It aired on UPN, so it was kind of separate from everything else.
Yeah, it's definitely the most mature of these, which it should be. I think.
It was.
It was.
I feel like a Hulk show should be mature,
this
and I think
is my favorite adaptation of the Hulk. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, legit.
This is it. It gets the pathos, it gets the drama, it gets the it still keeps some of the wackier elements, but it keeps it really grounded.
The thing about Hulk, I feel like sometimes writers and people misunderstand. He's not like a monster. He's very much. I mean, that's why Jack Kirby who drew the original comic. He designed after Frankenstein. He's meant to be like a Frankenstein monster. And I think this show showcased that. I think that's what I love about Hulk.
Also, this show is the reason I've had a crush on She-Hulk for the last 20 years.
She-Hulk, my favorite Marvel.
She-Hulk is She-Hulk. Even the Ghost Rider episode is one of my favorite episodes for any Marvel animated. That is such a man. I'm really disappointed that we didn't get that Ghost Rider show.
Also, holy crap, the voice cast on this show.
Oh yeah, Cree Summers, She-Hulk.
If you think, great. I'm gonna go pull up the voice cast. I know this is gonna tangent us just a little bit, but I just have to I have to pull this up.
Didn't Lou Ferrigno return as Hulk in the show?
Yes, he did. The thing is that with the other Marvel shows at the time, they were getting mostly like Canadian actors and stuff, right?
It was Canadian and Seattle voice actors.
Oh, by the way, you guys haven't seen the Grey Hulk arc in this show. It's like why I love Grey Hulk. All right, so you had Neil McDonough as Dr. Bruce Banner. If you don't know who that is, now you do, because you've probably seen his face at some point. He's a great actor. He's been around a while. He was in Star Trek, because everything leads back to Star Trek.
All
right.
Everything leads back.
You had Lou Ferrigno was Green Hulk. Michael Donovan was Grey Hulk. Jeannie Francis was Betty Ross. Jeannie Francis, if you don't know Jeannie Francis, who was in a bunch of soap operas, she's also married to Jonathan Frakes, and has been for since 1988. That's funny you bring that up.
Richard Sanford took over Betty Ross, I think, in season 2.
The funny part is that Jeannie Francis was married to Jonathan Frakes before he was in Star Trek. They were dating, and he was Captain America for Marvel's publicity tours. And there was a time he forgot the Captain America mask, but she like threw it down to him from a balcony, and he was like Captain America, jumping and reaching and grabbing his mask. And Frakes said it was like the coolest thing he ever did in his life.
Ricardo, I think I mispronounced his name. Ricardo Girico. I think I'm probably horribly mispronouncing.
Yeah, but Felice Sampler was Betty Ross in season 2. Kevin Michael Richardson was Dark Hulk.
Was Cree Summer She-Hulk in season 2 or
yes? In season 2, Cree Summer was She-Hulk. Lisa Zane was She-Hulk in season 1. You had Peter Strauss as Sasquatch, the doctor that became Sasquatch. Clancy Brown was Sasquatch. Richard Grieco was Danny Ketch. Ghost Rider.
He's forever my. No offense to Fred Tasker, because that's no offense to Fred Tasker, because I'm pretty sure that's all direction. But I never like when they give Ghost Rider the monster voice,
because he never talks like that in the comics.
No, I always hate that. I much prefer this kind of cool whisper.
Adding to this, Luke Perry was Rick Jones. John Vernon was General Thunderbolt Ross. Kevin Shawn was General Talbot and Abomination. He was like their fill-in guy. Matt Frewer was the leader. He's also a great actor. Mark Hamill was Gargoyle. Kathy Ireland, Richard Mall, who recently passed away. Sadly, he was Abomination as well. Yeah,
it was Johnny Blaze in the series, not Danny Ketch.
No, it was Danny Ketch in the show.
Oh, I mean, it's been a while.
Yeah, because the thing was that Johnny Blaze was not Ghost Rider in the 90s. So every adaptation used Danny Ketch. So, anyways, the point is that's a really, really good show that like barely anybody knows about.
By the way, I have another childhood confession about Hulk, like I did with Iron Man and Man of War. I, as a kid, for some reason, thought Hulk and Savage Dragon were related.
I can't blame you.
You know, that's fair. So, speaking of really great shows, see you later, Carmen Jojo.
One more comment about Hulk.
One more comment on Hulk. Go for it.
Out of the initial 90s, because I always kind of put Silver Surfer.
This is like phase 1 90s. Silver Surfer, Spider-Man Unlimited, Avengers. That was like phase 2 Marvel right before the bankruptcy.
Yeah, I think the Hulk animated is the best looking of the 90s.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Marvel cartoons. I feel like
after I bugged Disney Plus for 6 months after they put it on the service, they got the correct episode order now. So
because even though I think Spider-Man was digitally animated. I don't know, it looked digital, but like
it had CG, but I don't know if it was fully.
It wasn't digital, but it was a mix.
Yeah, but like Hulk, I think was
and X-Men was 90% done by ACOM.
Yeah, but Hulk had this like really good shading, like this kind of heavy look. It looked so good.
If anyone out there is like, is the show really that great? Watch the opening.
Yeah, the opening is so good.
If the opening doesn't sell you, nothing will. Like, we could sit here and exposit about this so much. I love that show. All right. I also really love Silver Surfer. Holy crap.
Yes.
Have you guys ever watched Shakespeare on Fox Kids? Because I did in 1998.
Yep.
Like, legitimately, they took the concept that Jack Kirby had for the cosmic corner of Marvel to be Shakespeare in space, and then ran with it. And they did this whole great season, and it ended on the biggest cliffhanger I've ever seen in my life, and then it was canceled due to the Marvel bankruptcy, and I'm still pissed.
I know. Yep.
As
a kid, it still hurts.
If you want a good intro to Cosmic Marvel, I think this was a perfect show to introduce.
I also love that because this was in the big boom of Silver Surfer having like his own comic separate from the Fantastic Four. They don't show up in the show at all. So
no, you get a cosmic characters like
Thanos
Supreme Intelligence
and Beta Ray Bill and freaking Drax the Destroyer and Nebula and Gamora way before you ever saw him in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like original superhero Drax.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Beta Ray Bill's one of the coolest characters ever. Why does Marvel not use him?
I love that horse guy.
I love the Silver Surfer cartoon. It's my introduction to Cosmic Marvel. It's the reason I knew characters like Thanos and all them. It's such a good... And I rewatched... I was like, all right, is it just nostalgia? I rewatched it. And no, it is legitimately that great. Yes, also, there is weird CGI ships and CGI Galactus. CGI you get over that. And it's stylized CG, so it still looks pretty good. But
also the voice, I think this Hulk in this show has some of the best voice. James Benedict as Galactus is my de facto voice. He has this great booming voice.
Like even he somehow outdid Tony Jay doing Galactus in Fantastic Four. By the way, the season 2 plan was that after the cliffhanger, there was going to be like a new universe formed. And Silver Surfer would go to Earth, where he is seen as the villain of the universe, and the Fantastic Four are fighting him because of that. And I'm like, I wish that ever got made. It wasn't on DVD in the US. It was released on DVD in Germany. It is on Disney Plus currently.
Also, it has good
Please watch these 2 shows.
My board.
Yes.
Also, this show gave us those beautiful Fox Kids King of the Hill.
Yes. Almost King of the Hill.
All right. Now, as a reminder, I watched Silver Surfer when it was in its first airing. I also watched the next 2 shows in their first airing. So I want to make sure you guys know that nostalgia does not cover up the fact that Spider-Man Unlimited and Avengers Unite They Stand are really bad.
Spider-Man Unlimited...
I wish Spider-Man Unlimited was better than it was.
Me too. The theme song to Spider-Man Unlimited is one of the coolest things ever, the whole intro sequence, but the actual show really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man Unlimited, I want to give. Spider-Man Unlimited is one of those shows that, like...
Yeah, you wanted to like it.
I want to like, but it's like... it's something missing.
It just doesn't click. It just doesn't click.
I don't think... Oh, just make it 29 inch... No, I don't think that was 6 at all. I don't think making it 29 inch was 6 at all. Because
the 2099 idea was the initial pitch, but once they switched premises to going to Counter Earth and all this other stuff, it just all...
Because I think the show has good ideas and good premises. I just think the execution was poor. I do think the episode with Eddie getting trying to redeem with the Doctor was pretty good. I think that was actually a good episode. But I don't know. I think the villains were weak is the problem. But I do like the idea of like good. Again, there's good ideas in the show. But do you want to tell your story
Yeah, Toyota Thomas said it best. Spider-Man Unlimited is a bunch of cool ideas thrown in a blender, and the result is a flavorless mush. 100% agree. Nostalgia can keep it alive only for a little bit, but it just didn't work for me. Batman Beyond clicked because it actually was a future set Batman. Not... Yep.
Also, it's just more of... It's a... Also, do you want to tell your story about... Do you want to tell your story with United Stand? Your great history with it?
Okay. I watched this show when I was a kid. I got all the toys at Toys R Us on clearance. Okay? My great story at the toys was that my dad... We were at Toys R Us at clearance bins. The figures were marked down. And he was like, look, I'll buy you the whole set of Avengers if they have all of them. And the only one I couldn't find was Captain America until I got to the bottom of the bin and I found one Captain America and I ended up with all the figures.
Wow. Do you still have them?
I still do.
That's funny you bring that up.
Yeah?
I try to get toys of Avengers United We Stand. I only ever found the Hawkeye, and I still have that Hawkeye.
I still do too, somewhere. They're all in a box.
I had.
Do they have the Tokusatsu Saint Seiya armors?
No, they actually... the figures...
Hawkeye had a magnetic hand that could throw arrows. Yeah.
Hawkeye had a magnetic hand to throw arrows. Vision had a magnetic hand to like lift stuff. Tigra came with like a thing to kick. Ant-Man had a magnetic like little... Because like they gave Ant-Man this cool little vehicle to fly around in, which I thought was really neat. And they never made Scarlet Witch. Wonder Man had a light-up gimmick. Ultron was a light-up gimmick. Kang was a light-up gimmick. Wasp had a magnet feature. No Scarlet Witch, though.
Ultron designed the shows. I don't get.
Yep. I found that I'm probably a fan of Hawkeye and Ant-Man and Scarlet Witch because of this show. You know? I gravitated towards the West Coast Avengers because of the nostalgia for this show, but the show sucks. It's a bad adaptation of it. they tried to create a love triangle between Wonder Man, Vision, and Scarlet Witch, but completely botched it. Because Wonder Man spends most of the show in a coma, which is also stupid. Because he's Wonder Man, he's cool. It tried. It just didn't work.
It was. They also
if I can gather together my United They Stand figures, I'll do a Video Infinite. But I've had them since I was 3. They're not in the best shape.
Also, it's kind of weird that they tried to get on the Power Rangers market, even though this was during post.
They were getting in the Power Rangers market after In Space was canceled.
Wait. Yep.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like they have full henshin sequences,
and their theme song is not as catchy as they think it is.
I kind of like it.
It's a bit of an earworm. It's a bit of an earworm in the way that like Khan's pets and Wrath of Khan are earworms. They get in you and then they stay and they cause you pain.
It's weird. It's weird they accept Chip and Dale. That show has some weird legacy because of Tigra.
I know, right? All right. So, In Space saved the franchise, but In Space was canceled when they were developing United They Stand. Power Rangers was dead, technically. All right. Let's talk about one of the best shows. Here's the thing. I love the 90s X-Men show. I saw it in reruns. I didn't watch it in its original run.
No, Evolution
Evolution plus the Fox X-Men movies is why I'm an X-Men fan, all right? If I'm being honest. Combo right there. Just,
Evolution does not get the credit. I like the 90s X-Men series, but I just think Evolution...
I'm going to have 2 X-Men shows in the S tier, but Evolution's too good not to put up there. It's... yeah.
Exactly.
The way how they modernize the X-Men to being because I think
I love that the X-Men are teenagers that go to high school for school stuff, and then they go to Xavier for mutant stuff.
Yep. Like some people, I don't get why people are just like, oh, X-Men is high schooler. They started out as high schoolers.
And what I love about it is they start out as high schoolers, but it's like the actual split of like their actual school is school, so that Xavier's not teaching them all things in school, right? And then the smartest thing they did was that you have, Jean and Scott are a little older than Rogue, Kitty, and Nightcrawler.
Thank God for the age difference, because that means there's no love triangle.
No stupid love triangle, no Phoenix, thank you. But Wolverine and Storm being, full adults, and Beast being mentors to the team. I like all of that. It was great. That theme song's amazing.
This show has some great arcs. Like
Magneto's so good.
Oh, I know. And
X-23, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's what it should be. I know people I know Christopher Judge is known for Kratos now, but man, his Magneto deserves more credit.
Yep.
This show has I love how the show starts.
Oh, and let's also remember they didn't just do the X-Men; they also had the New Mutants for the only time.
Yeah, this show has a great arcs where the beginning of the show, no one knows what a mutant is. Then you see the actual progression of people discovering mutants and the whole Sentinel project being made. It's so good, and you see the actual characters actually grow up. I love it, and
it's so good.
This show, I think that Cyclops gets such a bad rap, man, and
this is probably the best Cyclops outside of the
Kirby.
comics.
God rest his soul. Kirby Morrow is my Cyclops. He is the voice I hear when I read the comic. People get. I'm not sure it's just a '90s show. It's a lot of Cyclops bad rap because of the '90s show.
I think it's because of the Fox movies too.
Funny you bring up Cyclops, and we talked about finding toys. Yet again, I only found one toy for Evolution, and it was of Cyclops.
Yeah,
the only toy for Evolution I had was Nightcrawler. I mean, he was my favorite in the show, but I still couldn't find the toy. That toys were hard to find.
For real. Legit, I only ever found Cyclops.
Yeah, for X2, I only ever found Cyclops too. That for some reason distribution was really bad.
Nightcrawler and Kitty's dynamic of the show was so good, and I love what they did with Rogue here. I know.
Yeah, Rogue.
I know people like their sassy, bombastic.
I like
Rogue,
sassy super strength Rogue too, but I also like Goth Rogue. I think we can have.
Well,
both.
I think because with Goth Rogue, I feel like the emotion's more there.
Infinite Wolverine, the X-Men's a separate continuity. We'll get there.
No.
We need to start moving on though. We got a lot to go.
We're kind of in the no continuity era here for Marvel, but Evolution, watch it. It's so
great.
Good.
All right. And here's the thing too. People are like, "Oh, why is '90s X-Men getting a continuation? Why not Evolution?" I think Evolution ending the way it did was perfect. It completed its story arcs, and I like the little flash forward. Look at all the other possible stories. I do not need to go through the Phoenix again.
Yeah, no, it had an ending, and unlike the next X-Men show.
We'll get there. Spider-Man, the new animated series, the MTV show that doesn't have Aunt May because, according to MTV, young people don't want to see old people in their show. This one's fine. It's like a C.
I need to rewatch the show.
Which one was that one? You said the MTV.
MTV. It was animated by Mainframe Entertainment.
Yeah.
This was kind of a sort of tie-in to the Raimi
It was supposed to
movie.
be a sequel to the Raimi movie.
Supposed to. Then
but then Spider-Man 2 ignored it. So
yeah, it's one of those. I want to rewatch the show again because
it gets surprisingly adult. There's like casual sex and stuff.
Well, it's empty. That's the idea.
The best part about it though was bringing back Michael Clark Duncan to play Kingpin again after the Daredevil movie.
That was so cool.
Oh, I love that episode. That was one of my favorites.
I actually do really like Neil Patrick Harris.
Mainframe the Real People. Yeah, Neil Patrick Harris was good as Spider-Man. Totally.
Yeah, this is one of the shows I really want to rewatch again because I remember watching it. I think it was fine, but like I hear people. The show has a very big cult following, and I do want to rewatch it to see if I can see. If
it's on Disney Plus, but in the wrong order. So.
No, of course. This is one of the shows I want to give a second chance because I do like the art style. It does have this kind of unique, like almost like a combination. It's like definitely Raimi inspired, but it has this kind of almost. I don't want to say Mark Bagley style to it, but like kind of gives me that.
It's 7:23. We need to move.
Next,
let's get rolling. Ultimate Avengers. That's fine. It's a B. Avengers 2, same. I mean, they were good. I remember. I haven't seen them.
Oh no, Ultimate Avengers 2 is stupid. That one's bad.
What happened in 2? Was it the Black? Oh god. We'll move.
Black Panther became Catman.
I remember that now. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Oh my god.
That was great.
Guys, we gotta talk about my favorite Fantastic Four show. Oh, Fantastic Four, World's Greatest Heroes understood the Fantastic Four assignment. Slice of life Fantastic Four.
This show gets
hated on for some reason. I don't get it.
People hate on it because the designs are different. Johnny's a little bit annoying. It's not that bad.
I like that. I like this kind of anime looking.
The theme song is my favorite Marvel theme ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So it's like the perfect tone and balance. I love the characters. This voice cast is my mental Fantastic Four voice cast whenever I'm reading comics.
Yeah,
because I'm insane and cast people in my comics when I read them.
I love the Doom. I love the Doom.
Yeah, I do it too, Santa.
I love Doom in the shows. So.
Doom is great. There's this episode where Doom and Reed body swap. It's
I love that episode. So good.
It's so good. The She-Hulk episode's great. Most people never got to see this show. I think it's one of those things where people hate on it because they actually didn't watch it because it didn't have its full airing in the U.S. It got cut off because of the movie stuff. It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it, please, everybody.
I think it aired on either Toonami or Cartoon Network's
Magoozy
block.
It was on Magoozy, and then Rise of the Silver Surfer bombed, and they took it off the network, and then they didn't come back and air the rest of it. They only aired 8 out of 26 episodes.
It's such a unique show. It's one
like Infinity War Torn says, such a good Fantastic Four show, so underrated. I agree. If you haven't seen it, like I went and watched it because I was like doing some Marvel research, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about the show. I bought the DVD set and I watched it all, and I was like, what the hell? Why is it so good? It caught me off guard.
I forget, this is not part of the Yoastverse, right?
No, it's not. It's its own thing. It was done by a French company even.
I think Christopher Yost did work on the show, though. It's not part of his universe.
It wasn't part of his universe, but he was one of the writers. Yeah, it is. Toyotakuma says it's the most French-looking superhero cartoon. Yeah, it's because it wasn't animated in France. But
it's a Francimation. It's like that, this is whack, like Totally Spies and
like
Code Lyoko, that anime era for French animation.
Muteki says, when you say bomb, do you like it bombed or that it's the bomb? It bombed, and I think it is the bomb because I like Rise of Silver Surfer, and you can all sue me later.
God, the next movie. Oh god, Invincible Iron Man is bad.
Invincible Iron Man. Invincible Iron Man. I gotta tell you guys, I was not excited for the MCU Iron Man film because of this. This movie was so bad. I was like, wow, I'm not really excited for that Iron Man. I
saw it once, and I let the DVD I have just be covered in dust for eternity.
To me, this was a screen day where the anime boom was big, and they really wanted to make Iron Man appeal to the anime crowd because it focused on the Mandarin stuff, and the Iron Man armor was awful and had naked ladies. I think that was a weird moment.
The Doctor Strange movie is also not great.
I like it more. I don't know.
That's why it's D, but
yeah. I didn't rewatch that one.
Yeah, this is like it's one of those things where like Marvel tried to do DC, like DC did the direct-to-video movie thing so much better than Marvel. Next Avengers, I've never seen it.
I had that one on DVD. That was fine.
I like that one. It's like
some people didn't like it. It's fine to me.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of cool what if movies of like the kids of the kids of the Avengers and Ultron killed him and
I'll watch it someday. Anyways, Spectacular Spider-Man. I don't think we need to discuss this. I think we all agree that it's like really good, right?
Yeah.
And that theme song is like the best.
Spectacular
Spider-Man.
That's one of the goated ones right there.
S-tier show.
Hulk versus
Solid A.
I like both of them. Yeah, they're fine.
Yeah,
I like the Hulk versus Wolverine because it's a prequel to Wolverine and the X-Men.
Also, Nolan North's Deadpool in that.
Yeah, that's his debut as the character.
Yep. All right, Wolverine and the X-Men. It lasted one season. It was cut too short. It is still an S tier. It is so good.
This show is so good.
Where X-Men Evolution did a good job modernizing the X-Men and kind of taking a different approach. Wolverine and the X-Men is the most pure X-Men experience I've ever had. Just like it's like pumping X-Men straight into my veins. Like it's got all the drama and the character dynamics.
If you ever wondered why Steve Bloom is the de facto voice of Logan, this is why. He's
my favorite Logan voice. Storm is really great in this. Nightcrawler's here. Emma Frost. Oh my lord! It is so hard to adapt Emma Frost, but they pulled it off.
My favorite episode, honestly, is the flash forward to the future with Xavier and the Sentinel Judgment Day. That's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, Muteki says it's one season that felt like 2 seasons. Yeah, because they packed a lot into this show. They had a whole arc for Angel and Archangel, and like Sinister was there. Oh, so much stuff.
The Genosha subplot with Magneto
stuff
and
was great. Yeah, they brought in all the elements of the X-Men while also mirroring it with Days of Future Past. Probably my favorite adaptation, the Phoenix Saga.
Yeah, and the art style, I love the art style. And this essentially is the official start of the quote-unquote Yost verse. So.
Infinite War Chart, it gave us the Bench of Sadness, and it's my favorite in-joke with my wife. Yeah. Also, Jeremy Carr, the Blu-ray is expensive because it's out of print. If you can track it down for a good price, though, like, there's 29 commentary tracks for 26 episodes.
Oh, wait, 29? Wait, is there dual...
there are dual commentaries for the first 2 and last episode. I love that Blu-ray. But anyways.
Is the reason why the show didn't get renewed, was it the Disney buyout, or was it the Fox?
It was none of that. It was ratings.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because it was on Nicktoons, wasn't it?
It was on Nicktoons. The ratings weren't good enough. They didn't...
it's on Nicktoons. No, that's the place where shows go to die.
Yep. All right, Iron Man Armored Adventures was one I actually watched recently.
Oh, good. This show is amazing.
It can't be an S. It can't be an S because Pepper Potts is an annoying little prick for like a season and a half. Her little like propaganda butt is so annoying. The thing is, like, I liked a lot about this show, but early Pepper Potts, she got way better later, but like in season 1, Pepper Potts is always wanting to spy on people and take their rights away and lock them up, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you, child? You are way too authoritarian for being like 12.
It's been a while.
Otherwise, it's great.
No, like this show made me an Iron Man fan. Like this show, I really
it is the best animated Iron Man show.
Tony, really like how Tony was in this series. I think they did.
It is like the X-Men Evolution of like, oh, everybody's teenagers. I don't mind.
Yeah.
No, it's one of the things you hear teenage Iron Man show. Yeah, you hear the teenage Iron Man show that you think that's gonna be garbage, but no,
best Mandarin. Best Mandarin.
Oh no, the how they handled the Mandarin was so good, and oh man, the villain like Ghost. God, I love Ghost in the show so much. Like the Blizzard, the Crimson Dynamo, Whiplash. Like again, this show made me an Iron Man fan. The Technoblur episodes were so good, and so the guest. I love the guest episodes, like with
the Magneto one was Black great. Widow.
What about Doom? What do you think of Doom? Doom was amazing in the show.
Guys, I miss when Doom got to be in every Marvel project. What happened to that?
Yeah, I know. I saw that tweet. I love that tweet. So I miss when Doom was in every single Iron project.
All right.
But no,
we got to move on though because we still got.
Yeah, we gotta move on.
I get
gush about Armor Adventures. I get gush about Armor Adventures.
Yep.
I love this show.
Superhero Squad show. Never seen it. Moving on. Earth's Mightiest Heroes. S.
S. Yeah. No need to argue.
Superhero Squad though. Oh.
You got
it's fun.
You got quick thoughts on Superhero Squad. I've never seen it.
It's great. It's better than you think it would. Me and Wheels gush about that show. That show's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like a preschool show, but yet it's actually good, right?
Well, yes. it's unlike say Teen Titans Go. It's definitely more of a Marvel. It's in the Marvel universe, and they do Marvel jokes, but not like in a meta sense, but more just like making it's a fun, cheeky comedy Marvel show. It's fun. It's really fun.
I will get to it someday. It's on my list. I'm currently watching really heavy dramas like Jessica Jones, so I might need something lighter after that. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, great adaptation of the Avengers. Man. It makes me actually care about the Avengers, which is an accomplishment. Mm-hmm. Also, Spider-Man shows up, and X-Men characters are kind of around, and the Fantastic Four stuff, and the Doctor Doom. Oh, the Doctor Doom. The Doctor Doom episode when he told Wasp to shut up.
I love that.
This one scene is what I want Doctor Doom in the MCU to be, and it's just like Wasp is captured, and she's quipping and trying to rile him up, and Doom's just like, I want you to know that whatever you're trying to do will not distract me because I have a clear intent purpose on everything I'm going to do, so you're just wasting the last remaining moments of your breath, and you should just be quiet.
Hey, if you were disappointed by Secret Invasion, go watch the Skrull arc of this show.
Yes, season 2 was the better Secret Invasion arc. No, Earth's Mightiest Heroes is great. I don't think we need to argue that one. I haven't watched Black Panther. It's a 6-episode series. I need to see it still.
It's really good. I didn't see all of it, but
it's on YouTube. It a lot. It's on the Marvel YouTube.
Yeah,
so that's fun. All right, Planet Hulk. I'm sorry, it's a B.
I love Planet Hulk.
It's really good. Really? You know what the problem I have with it is?
Is it the changes?
It's Planet Hulk Part 1.
Yeah.
They only did half the story.
They don't do the World War Hulk part.
Give us our,
well, not even though it's not even that they don't do the World War Hulk part. They don't even do the second half of the Planet Hulk comic.
Oh yeah, you're right.
they completely skip the ending where the planet gets nuked and everything that leads to it. And so, as someone that read the comic and loves the Planet Hulk comic, I always watch the movie and it ends, and I'm like, wait, what?
It's one of those. Okay with the other changes, like Beta Ray Bill instead of.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with those. I'm fine with those changes. Those are cool with me. It just feels incomplete.
It's one of those stories that's too big to fit in a movie, like a 1 hour movie.
True.
It should have been a trilogy. It should have been a trilogy of Planet Hulk, and then the second part would be the rest of Planet Hulk, the beginning of World War Hulk, and then the third one would be the fallout of World War Hulk. You know, like the
Hey, it gave us our animated view of Star-Lord.
It did, yes. You know what? I'm gonna give it an A. It actually is a good adaptation. I just had this one little hang up about.
Yay!
I just wish it finished the story. I would have loved. How amazing of an ending would it be if it's the warp drive explodes, nukes the planet, Hulk's the only survivor, and that's how the movie ends. That would have been crazy.
That'd be depressing.
I know.
Yeah.
I was talking about the new Aquaman movie with my parents, and I was like, look, if they kill the baby in Aquaman 2, that movie is going to be remembered forever, whether it makes money or not, whether it's good or bad, it will be remembered forever. And if they don't kill the baby, no one will talk about it in a year.
People might have to go watch it if they killed the baby.
Look, all I know is people apparently walked out of the test screenings. So,
oh boy.
Anyways, Marvel anime. Should I rapid fire these? Because
I only watched the X-Men one.
All right, Iron Man B, Wolverine, A, X-Men S. The X-Men one's really good, and it was so smart. They're the X-Men have to go to Japan to help Emma Frost with armor. And it's oh, hey, a mutant from Japan being featured in the story where they go to Japan.
I do
made sense.
I do like the new Ultimate X-Men comic is featuring armor as the main character, that one.
Yep. I don't know why her armor was yellow instead of red, but whatever. I'm not complaining. Also, Madhouse was just in full Madhouse mode for that, as opposed to the others where they're kind of half Madhouse.
I love how Wolverine looks like this fucking animal looking thing.
Yes, I love how he looks. I like how Wolverine looks completely different in these shows.
In the other Wolverine anime, he's like Bishonen.
Yeah, it's Bishonen Wolverine in the Wolverine anime, and then it's like super animalistic Wolverine. And it's the same universe because Cyclops shows up in the Iron Man show. Iron Man shows up in the Wolverine show. I think somebody from Wolverine. One of the samurai guy from Wolverine shows up in Blade, and then Blade shows up in X-Men. Like they all like cameoed around. It was something like that. I can't remember exactly.
Did he? They were all made at the same time, were they?
Yeah, they all aired back to back. Iron Man and Wolverine aired together, then X-Men and Blade aired together. Blade's okay. It could have been better.
It's kind of nice to get. It's kind of nice to get a Blade, and it's kind of surprised they made a Blade.
I'm shocked they did, but it was pretty good. The problem I had with it is that it didn't feel. I don't know. Actually, no. I'm gonna put that up with the Wolverine. I was just like, I was about to complain about things about Blade, and that same thing applies to Wolverine, so they should be on the same tier. Okay, Thor: Tales of Asgard. Have not seen it.
I haven't seen that one.
I don't remember it.
Yeah, it was the last Marvel animated movie that came out.
Not counting the two CGI ones.
Right, that was the last of their original direct-to-video thing. Yeah. Because Iron Man, Captain America: Heroes Unite doesn't even have a physical release. Ultimate Spider-Man is a big old mixed bag of B.
I will say for Ultimate Spider-Man. First half, okay. I had to do like season 1, 2. I had to do like season 3 and 4, which sad is when they drop Luke Cage, Wild Tiger, Iron Fist, and Nova.
I liked when they did like the little mini Avengers team thing. That was fun. I liked all the episodes. The Deadpool episode's great. The Wolverine body swap was significantly less creepy than they did in the comic. So I like how they did Agent Venom in the show. I like how Miles was handled. The Spider-Verse episodes are actually really Spider-Verse episodes are canon to the comic.
Yeah. I do like that there's a really good arc. I just think it's one of the things where the first half I just think they just didn't know when to drop a joke. Yep. And thankfully the second half of the series, which I think when Paul Dini left the show, weirdly enough, I think it's like nicely balanced the drama and the humor a bit better. It's when they kind of stopped doing the fourth wall jokes and everything.
Toyota says they were going to have a Daredevil episode in Ultimate, but got dropped at the last minute. Damn.
Oh, they have a Moon Knight episode.
I don't like their Moon Knight episode.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. I'm not saying it's good, but they have one.
Everyone that's like, MCU Moon Knight's a affront to the character. Have you seen the Ultimate Spider-Man episode? I like there's an episode, though, early in the season where the team's trying to prove themselves to Nick Fury, and they're like, you know what we're going to do? Let's go beat up Dr. Doom.
And that was back when they could use Dr. Doom.
Yeah. Discourse is in this tier list. All right, I haven't seen Avengers Assemble. Moving on.
It's frustrating. I'll say that because there is potential. There is stuff that I want to like because it's.
I believe it that there was potential, but they didn't execute on it. Let's go with that.
It's like it has almost the same qualities as Justice League, but like I hate.
I've watched a couple episodes. The Hawkeye.
This show does Hawkeye dirty, badly.
Guys, do you know? I love Hawkeye. He's one of my favorite Marvel characters ever, and I didn't realize Hawkeye was a favorite Marvel character of mine until the Disney Plus Hawkeye show, because that was the first time he got like a spotlight and he wasn't a total jerk.
Yeah, that's the problem. They play up him as the jokey comedic guy so much.
Yep, in United They Stand.
It's so annoying.
In Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I think Earth's Mightiest Heroes had him the best.
No, because he's lovable jerk. He's like
lovable jerk in Earth's Mightiest Heroes. But he's not great in Rise of Technivore either. He's not great in Assemble.
I'm not sure it's Troy Baker's douchey performance of him, but I can't stand it.
Yeah, luckily luckily things have been shaping up. Hawkeye show, great. Him in the Avengers game was good.
It's like you read a Matt Fraction run and you can write him good.
Yeah. Anyways, Hulk Agents of Smash. It's also a B.
This show.
I like that they gave us a Hulk show where it's a Sentai team of Hulks. why it's also a reality show, I'm not exactly sure. The
The
fact that they
show,
have cutaway confessionals of characters, I still don't understand why.
This show frustrates me because there are some really good moments in the show, but it's
There's
overall
potential.
really. But man, I hate Red Hulk is the best part of that show.
Yes.
That he is the best part. Clancy Brown, beautiful.
Worst She-Hulk I've ever seen, though. Oh my god.
Yeah, I hate Jen in this show so much. I hate.
How much of that show is her just playing mom?
Or like not being Jen. Like, oh, I hate being She-Hulk. Or I hate I hate.
Moving on. Avengers: Rise of Technivore, the Iron Man anime sequel. That was fine. Is it a B or a C? It's like a C.
Pretty much. I haven't seen it, so I can't comment.
I haven't seen Iron Man and Hulk. I watched Avengers Confidential. It was fine. It's funny, the Marvel anime stuff. I like the shows, but the movies were okay. I forgot Avengers Confidential came out, and then like this year I finally bought it and watched it, and I was like, okay, that wasn't really worth the wait. Haven't seen Iron Man, Captain America. Haven't seen Disc Wars. Haven't seen Frostfight.
That one's weird because they brought back.
Remember I said the older it is, the more likely I've seen it. Yeah.
The Frostfight Avengers is weird because it has the label of the preschool shows, but it's practically
it's an Avengers Assemble special, yeah. Okay, I gotta say this, and I mean no slight to the Guardians of the Galaxy series because I love the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, they're like my second favorite Marvel team right under the Fantastic Four. Okay, I've read every single comic appearance they've ever had. I love every iteration of them. I haven't watched the show.
It's not bad.
I've only watched one episode. The one episode I watched was the first episode of season 3 because it was a direct adaptation of the Disneyland ride, and I thought that was cool to watch. And I hated Star-Lord's voice so freaking much, and his personality so much, that it's turned me off of watching the rest of the show, and I really need to get back and watch it because I heard there's great things in it, and there's really good voice actors playing characters like Phyla Vell's apparently in it, and I want to watch it, but I keep getting traumatized by Star-Lord.
Look, Will Friedle's Will Friedle. It has the problem of discount Chris Pratt. I call it.
Yep.
Where
that's kind of my problem with the whole show too, is that it is kind of just it's the movie Guardians.
Well, that's the thing. It's a weird. This cartoon is weird because it's
bit of that cartoon.
Yeah. This cartoon is weird because it's technically one of those sequel cartoons, but also ties in with the other Marvel anime stuff before the whole universe got jumbled up with continuity. Right. But so. It's the weird thing, and so they wanted to keep it consistent with the movie, so they write.
Yep.
Star-Lord the movie one, but
guys, remember I did my MCU tier list. The first Guardians movie ain't a favorite.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. But it's one of those it's so funny because since it's supposed to be after the movie, but clearly since the other two were not made, they took comic elements. So Mantis is comic Mantis, not MCU Mantis, and Star-Lord. I don't want comic Mantis. And Star-Lord, fodder is his actual fodder in the comics and not ego. It's kind of funny. Overall, if Star-Lord is... Star Wars one of those characters in the show that depends on the episode scenario. Because there's episodes where he's written good.
It's going to be like me sitting through any show with Hawkeye that's not Earth's Mightiest Heroes, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be one of the things. But everybody else is good. I think everybody else...
Why is my favorite blonde-haired guys in Marvel always done dirty?
Yeah, because they wanted to make it the comedic guy.
It happens to Johnny Storm sometimes, too.
Yep.
Okay. Hulk Where Monsters Dwell is probably a little bit too long for its premise. I feel it does drag a little bit in the middle, but I enjoy it. It's a Hulk monster movie for Halloween. I like it.
It's also like the high secret series finale, I guess, for Agent Smash, because that's what it is.
Haven't seen Marvel Spider-Man.
Marvel Spider-Man, I would say, is overhated. I understand why people don't like it, but I think people calling it one of the worst cartoons ever is over dramatic. I understand why people don't like it. They haven't
watched Avengers Unite They Stand.
Yeah, because a lot of the complaints people have that show, I question because that's some other Spidey stuff does that, and no one complains about it.
Infinity War Torn says once you have Master Chief voice Star-Lord in EMH, everything else is down. Except for the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. That is my favorite adaptation of Star-Lord. He's really good.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Marvel Spider-Man overall, I think it's fine. I like it better than Ultimate, but it definitely does have some problems. But it really is not as bad as people make it out to be.
I love these Rocket and Groot shorts. They're really great, beautiful animation. They look really nice. Just popping that in. I like those. Ant-Man shorts. Those I didn't like the art style as much, but they were fine. I haven't watched Future Avengers. That dub is just atrocious. And it's not for the Avengers side, but the kids that are the focus of that show, they annoy me too much to actually finish it. I watched 2 episodes.
Is it voice direction or just the characters themselves is the problem?
Both. It's both. It's not just the voice. It's the voice direction's part of the problem. The way they're written, I don't like kids being in Hydra. Like it pulls a little bit too much to like certain man with a mustache youth. I don't like when they do that.
I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I don't like that. Superhero Adventures preschool show. I haven't watched
preschool show. Yeah, it's fine. Preschool show.
Marvel Rising.
I like those shorts. They were fun.
It's a B. If we're taking all of Marvel Rising into account, it's a solid B.
Yeah, no, I think they were fun. Specials.
They're fun. I liked them. They got highlighted characters that don't get highlights.
I really like how they did.
It gave me more Chloe Bennett as Quake. So
yeah, no, her voice acting is actually really good.
She's a good voice actress.
And it gave me more Kamala and Squirrel Girl, so that's bonus points. So
Spider-Verse.
All right, do we need S?
No discussion. MODOK. I don't care if I'm getting any backlash. MODOK is walking into MODOK was like walking into. Didn't we just have another thing that it's like it shouldn't be as good as we thought? Was that Superhero Squad?
No, I think it was Armored Adventures.
Armored Adventures or World's Greatest Heroes. MODOK on paper sounds like a horrible idea. Like, a stop motion MODOK comedy where he has a family. But when you actually sit down and watch it, it's like I found it to be one of the funniest shows.
It's I watched the first episode. I didn't hate it at all, but it wasn't for me personally.
Yeah, if you don't like the humor style after the first episode, you're not going to enjoy it. But there was a fight in the 8th episode that I think was like one of the coolest things I've seen Marvel do in the last 5 years.
Yeah, because I did give credit. Unlike the other adult comedy, I didn't hate it at all.
It's just if the comedy doesn't work for you, the comedy's not going to work for you.
I didn't refer for me. I refer to comedy that it's all right. Then makes me angry because I've seen too many. I've seen too many bad comedies.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Tanuki says MODOK is either an S or an F depending on the person. There's no in between. It's either S, F, or you didn't watch the whole thing. Spidey and His Amazing Friends. I watched 1 episode. It's a little too preschool for me.
Well,
that one.
So the thing is, there's nothing wrong with it. I think it's fun. The theme song. I don't know why Patrick Stump did a theme song to a preschool Spider-Man show, but that is a bop.
Why is the? Yeah, I listen to music that show. That music for that show goes too hard.
I need to go back and watch the episode where the Thing comes in and explains Jewish holidays, but because that just sounds delightful.
That sounds sweet.
I know. But the first episode, I watched the first episode, and it's just like I'm like, if I was a preschooler, I would love the hell out of this show.
No, my little nephew, they came over this weekend for the holidays. We put that on. He loves the show.
Good. I think kids would love it. It doesn't have any crossover appeal, which is fine. I don't have any problem with it. I'm not going to watch the whole thing.
It's not blue. It's not Bluey. Not everything can be.
It's not Bluey. Tokusatsu Cosplay just rewatched the Subicon Inspection. Do you have the tweet of the new generation Ultra Group Henshin video? Yeah, I can. I'll once I get this tier list done, I can put that in the chat here. What If? All right, now when we ranked What If, we ranked it against the MCU. Ranking against Marvel Animation, that's like a C. Marvel Animation can do better.
Look. Infinity
Ultron is great, but
the only episode that I really was fully invested was the Doctor Strange episode. That was the only episode that fully grabbed me.
I like that, and I like the Infinity Ultron stuff.
Yeah. I didn't hate it. I think the show got really too much hate. It got weird hate.
I'm looking forward to season 2. I like that season 2 is dropping 1 episode a day. It's like Christmas presents. All right, we're wrapping. We gotta get to this. I haven't watched Hitmonkey yet. I heard it's getting a season 2, so maybe I'll circle back.
It's really good. You'll like it.
All right, I have to check that out. The Midnight Suns prequel shorts, those are A tier. Those are great. We got a Robbie Reyes in animation for the first time. We got a Nico Minoru in animation for the first time.
No. Robbie Reyes made a cameo in the Lego shorts, so that's his first animation debut.
Okay then. The Midnight Suns prequel shorts were good. I Am Groot season 1. That's a solid, totally inconsequential, well-made B. I'm just gonna rank I Am Groot season 2 as an A though. The last I Am Groot short with the Watcher is probably like, I will never forget that. And there's another episode where like Groot is chasing like a space ice cream truck. They really got Groot's like baby Groot personality like top tier in that second season.
People, watch Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur.
Yes, Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur. Season 1, it's an S tier show. I didn't care about Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur before the show, and now I went and bought Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur comics that are not nearly as good as the show. But the show is so good.
I love this show. Like I kind of call it the current day Static Shock in terms of just great representation of the culture and everything,
and great storytelling that brings you into the experience. And like,
also, this show has the best Beyonder. This show has the best Beyonder ever.
Yes, like, they it's so funny because they yassified the Beyonder for this show, and then they yassified him in the comics recently, and I was so happy.
Lawrence Fishburne should sing more. That man has some pipes.
So good. That show's amazing. Season 2's coming out next year. If you haven't seen it, it's on Disney Plus. Please watch it. It's terrific.
It's one of the few shows that has a.
Ignore MODOK because we just talked about the subjectiveness of MODOK, but look at what we're putting it next to. Okay, like that should not be understated. That it is
also
up this high.
It also has the best release schedule of any card. It was like on Disney Plus for like a group of episodes, like then it aired.
Well, they do like 4 episodes on Disney Plus, then they'd air the show weekly on Disney Channel, then they'd air it on Disney Plus. So
all shows would do that. That is such a good like release schedule.
Spider-Man Across Spider-Verse is also an S, and then What If isn't out yet. So,
hey, we're done.
There we go, and we're done. Time to wrap up the show because I'm exhausted.
All right, I had to head out. All right, I had to head out now. So follow me at Darkos643 on YouTube and Twitter. I do art commissions like the one you see in this channel. You want one? Feel free to DM me on either Twitter or Discord. So have a nice night, everybody.
Thanks for being here, Ryan. Jerry, how about you plug? Because we're ready to.
My router would not connect to the laptop.
Oh, Wheels is here? I can barely hear him.
My router would not connect to the laptop.
I hear him. But
let me bump you up, Wheels, because I can't hear a word you're saying. Oh, he's at max. Okay. I can't bump you up anymore, but you're here and you're not picking up on the stream, I think.
Yeah. Something's wrong.
There we go. Now you're coming in.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's just something's just wrong with Discord on the new computer that like I have to reset all of the settings every time I come in.
We'll have to look into that and figure out if we can fix your settings. But Wheels and Jerry, do you want to plug stuff? This is the time.
Yeah, I'll plug. You can follow me. Thanks to the generousness of Soundout for PlayStation Plus and the generousness of Toma for making sure that I can pay my bill in December, because I have
real family won't.
Where are you?
Well, thanks to I'll be able to stream. I'll be able to stream tomorrow some KOF with Soundout and Bad Gamer, and if anybody else wants to play with us, you can, because we do have the lobbies open for viewers, right, Soundout?
Yes, lobby's always open. So if you want to play King of Fighters with us, just come in and you can join the lobby. It's a good time.
And it's at 4 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what are you? 2 hours behind. 2 p.m. Soundout's time.
Yeah, which I usually just do everything at Eastern to make things easy. So, yeah, 4 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/fightercast. We should put your link in the.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll let me, but
let me do it then, because I can do it. I'm gonna put these links. Yeah, you should guys go follow Cows and go enjoy our streams. Wheels, you guys streaming Wednesday?
Yeah, we're gonna be streaming on Wednesday. We're gonna do the leftover mecha news from Tamashii Nation, all the Ultraman news that was announced at Tsuburaya Con. Because that was shit. That was
the
weirdest is probably the drama that's not gonna be fan subbed or simulcast, because we still haven't got Ultra Kaiju Club over here. We only had 3 episodes, and Mega dropped it at episode 3 when there was only 4 freaking episodes.
Yep. Cool. So go follow him there.
Just went back and did 4. Tell me. Somebody tell me, please. Dear God.
Well, on that note, you can find me at the links below. Check out the channel memberships if you'd like. Check out any part of the stream. After the stream is over, you can be able to scroll back and look at any of the other segments. Hope you guys all enjoyed this. And we're headed out. We'll be back next Monday because we didn't mean to go 3 hours today. We ended up just talking about Muppets and Tron, and we talked way too long about Silver Surfer and stuff, but it was fun. So thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.